Trey.
Trey. Dr. Trey.
Earth defense to Trey.
Earth Defense Force to Trey.
We need your assistance. Please recycle.
So can you is it not not a problem, but is it at all slightly strange that a dude can wear ladies' hygiene products?
Wait, what?
Does
What
that
are we talking
say?
about?
Does that say
I thought we were
anything
talking about Trey.
the person? Trey's here. It's fine. Look, see Trey. But I don't know. Would you make fun of a dude if he used ladies' hygiene products?
No. Everybody
No.
uses
If
what they like.
anything,
I don't care.
What if it wasn't just it's just pink, you know? Just pink.
No, why not? Why would I do that? Why would I make fun of anybody for that? It's just a color.
Yeah.
I just like the raspberry scent.
I like pink.
You know? I just think it's pleasant, you know?
Hey,
Okay.
go for it. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a girl or anything, nor do I have any kind of gender dysmorphia. I just like
Okay.
the smell of raspberries, you know? You know how it
All
is.
right.
Shit, like
Man
what you
likes
like,
nice
no?
smell. Man likes color pink. It's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing a pink hoodie right now that I think about it, you know? So,
Cool.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You know how it is.
It's just saying, you know, it's not my kind of color. Maybe if it had a.
Oh, so
Kirby
you
theme or
hate
something,
my hoodie. I get it. You hate it.
I'd be open to it.
You despise my hoodie. I knew it.
I just think it looks better on certain people. Okay. And you
We-
are one of those people it looks better on.
Oh, that was
Thank
a very
you.
roundabout way to do that. What do you think, Trey?
Trey.
Trey?
Right.
Trey?
Lunch tray.
Trey?
Dr.
He's
Trey.
not talking back. He's not talking to us anymore.
If we can
Because
raise
it's
by the way, if we can raise 100 in this stream, Trey will take his top off.
I did not know we were going to be doing that kind of show. So yeah, welcome to the Begathon.
Yeah, actually, as it is, you do, you're leading today's episode, Frank. So you got to say the thing.
I am actually very unprepared for this. I asked, hey, what's the opening? Give me the opening. So
I
in
want to
case
see.
screw up, I could read
This is the test. I want to see you do it.
Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna do whatever. Welcome everyone to the Sunset City Podcast, the podcast for the modern and every other classic, modern, Dreamcast, whatever Sonic fan. I am one of your hosts, Frank from Gotta Be Frank, and I have with me, Pup
Sup, dude?
and Garrulous64
Hello.
and Trey.
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 Okay, I'm
Trey.
over this. That's as much as I know of the intro. So how are you guys doing?
Wait. No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, we have
to,
some terms and conditions.
Yeah, there you go. You getting it? Yeah, go on.
If you do send in the super chat, we will be reading it at the very end of the show. So that is, if we don't, we don't read it right away. We read it at the very end of the show. Just letting you all know.
And if we make $100, Trey does take her top off. His top off. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah. That is also. Another
I'm just on the podcast. I'm not involved with that.
And what else? What else, Frank?
That's as far as I've gone with this.
We also have a Patreon page. That's all that needs to be said.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
So
there'll be more attempts in the future. Don't worry
about it. That was pretty good. That was better than my first time doing it.
Because you can go to patreon.com/Sunset City Tip Jar. Become one of our lovely patrons. So thank you for supporting our show.
Make a little extra of the dairy variety. You know how it is.
A little bit more eggs.
No. So is beef a dairy product as well? While it is a meat?
No.
No?
It's meat.
It's meat, yeah, but is it also a dairy meat?
No.
No. See, that's the thing. Dairy is a beef byproduct.
I see.
I hope I got that right.
I mean, that sounds correct. That sounds like if I went to someone who like knew about cows, they would say something like that.
Can you imagine, actually? You know how you can get, like, orange with pulp? Imagine,
No.
like,
Yeah.
or orange juice with pulp. Imagine milk with pulp. And it's just got bits of beef
Oh.
in it.
That's awful. That's the worst, I think.
There's
think
the
I just
guy
had
who
to-
had fucking tuna, pepperoni, and onions in his Subway order.
If they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't say do whatever you want at Subway.
That's not what they say. They don't say do whatever you want at Subway.
Of course they do. They say, hey, $5 foot long, do it your own way.
That
it your
is
way.
not.
It's not even a foot long.
It's not even a foot long.
Did you get a foot long when you got that, or did you just get the 6-incher?
Of course I did. It was $5.
The foot long here is no longer £5.
Yeah, not anymore either. Here, I'm just saying. Back then, when this happened, it was $5.
You know how we
I don't
measure
remember.
the economy here in the UK is like there's this chocolate treat
How
called a Freddo.
expensive the Subway foot long is.
It's not that, no. There's a little chocolate treat called the Freddo the Frog, and it was like famously like 5p. This thing was fucking 5p. Now it's like 15p. Like it's
Oh God.
yeah, it ain't
Freddo
great.
the flog.
Freddo the Frog.
Freddo the frog. Inflation.
Freddo inflation. Someone's got to draw. I thought of a way of making money
Don't
recently.
try.
Actually, was to You guys watch Power Rangers or see Power? Are you familiar with Power Rangers?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I know enough about it.
I was watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the other day, and I just looked to Zordon and Alpha and was like, I bet no one has made a porn comic of these two. Like, these two just going at it. How would that even work? That's something I'd love to kind of find out. So I'm thinking I might just go ahead and make like a Zordon X Alpha Power Rangers NSFW comic.
So I don't
then it goes-
I don't know those
And then it goes
characters
behind a
at all.
paywall.
Zordon is the holographic head dude that's like, we're going to need the Power Rangers. And
Rangers.
He's the guy that says we need the Power Rangers. Okay.
yeah, recruit a team of teenagers with attitude. And then there's Alpha, the little robot that runs around going, ay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's probably nothing of that exists, I would say. I would hope none of that exists.
I want to find out if it does, though.
That's okay, well that could be your independent project.
And I want to make that comic if it doesn't already exist and sell it.
Independent study. There you go.
That's your it's your internship. Under
I could
yourself.
I could do a PowerPoint party on why there is no Zordon X Alpha content.
Why there is none. Probably because you answered it with how you described the characters, I think.
No.
I think
Because-
you described why.
No,
them
because you
exist,
can
basically.
find pictures like Wally and Eve on Rule 34. I remember the time
So
my
if
friend
you're-
Booker showed us that. I was with Dubus Goobus at the time as well. We were just
Goobus. What a
the
cool
three of
name.
us. The three of us were just gathered around this phone, and we're just like, "Huh, it really do be like that." It was a good time.
I just
This is
think
at
of
PAX
the
East.
clip. I just think of the robot chicken clip of the robot humping the washing machine or whatever.
Or the car. And the alarm starts
and
going
you
off.
just hear that thud, and that's basically what it would probably be.
I don't want to think anymore about that.
All right, so full
don't wanna think
disclosure, I've just looked up Zordon alone on Rule 34. There's a couple of bits here. There's 4 images, but in all of them, Zordon is just in the background. Zordon's not doing anything, and I'm just like,
Zordon, no.
Zordon likes to watch.
yeah, Zordon is being a voyeur or a cuck, whichever way it goes.
Zordon, please.
So- Given that there's only 4 pictures with just Zordon in the background, Alpha's not in a single one of these. So yeah, I think I have found a gap in the market for
And technically, you don't
NSFW
need that.
artwork of Zordon
need
and
that.
Alpha.
You are
You
an
don't-
entirely different creature.
You don't
You are
need to
on
have him
another level.
as like a giant projected head or anything because he technically has a body.
He does, but I think I want to take it to a new level. I think I want it to be the giant projected head, but there's like a machine or like the thing that produces that image. Like maybe this pole could like come out of it and like
Sorry.
it's like mechanic wearing
I love
sounds.
Eddie Ramen. Sorry if I've said that wrong. Just says in the chat, Summer Games Fest, June 7th. Like we're not having this conversation right now. I feel that so much, Fred.
I would love there to be
Hey.
like a Sunset City
Holy shit.
expectations versus reality thing.
Just love it. I love like,
See,
please,
no,
can we
the
talk about
expectations would be some of the older episodes. Reality is just us shooting the shit and with this train wreck.
What do you mean by some of the they always went off the rails like after
There's
like
always
20 minutes.
weird shit.
I feel like the
No,
orders
you,
just
you,
changed
you gotta
in that
cherry pick it though. You gotta
we
cherry pick it,
lead.
you know?
We lead with the dumbass shit now, whereas like before it was just like if you were lucky.
We have to just get it out of the system, you know? That's how it works. We gotta get it out.
It's what's on my mind, right? This is how we establish the characters before we go into the plot, you know? We establish that it's like, okay, these are our motivations, this is our dynamic, and then we go into the Sonic news, you know?
We know Pup's motivation is to corner the market on a new comic, a new spicy comic.
Yeah, a new spicy comic of Zordon and Alpha. I wonder what I would call it. What's like a pun for like robotic sex or lovemaking or something?
You could call it USB docking.
AI love you. Okay, yeah, no, USB docking's actually really good.
I was gonna say changing gears, but that's not gonna work.
That sounds like a bicycle pornography.
It just sounds like it could
Has
be a
anyone
bicycle.
ever made that though? Two bicycles
What do you
just going at it, you know? Like
No. I don't
now
think
that
so.
I gotta look up.
No.
Rule 34, bicycle.
Bicycle?
Yeah,
Bicycle?
I gotta know. I gotta know.
What is wrong with you?
No, it's just
So
pictures that have
what-
bicycles in them. There's nothing of
Would a
the
unicycle
bicycle.
count as like one of the categories? Is that like a subcategory?
Sure.
Category.
Sure. No, okay, so here's what I was hoping that I would find some images where the
How do tandem
bicycle
bikes work then?
I wanted to see like a bicycle with like private parts, mammaries, you know. But instead I got a human with a bicycle. So I feel like there's
like one of the worst statements I've ever heard.
untapped
Would,
pogo
would a
sticks.
motorcycle-
Pogo sticks, motorcycle, like just vehicular.
Why are you
Vehicular
like delving into the Cars
erotica.
universe, Pup? That's what
Well,
you're
no,
looking for.
that's I want to leave that alone because that already. Remember, I sent you guys that pictures of what's inside the girl car's exhaust pipe. It was a diagram. How can you not remember that? It doesn't matter.
Would a motorcycle count as like somebody who's really jacked up? You know, that goes to the gym all the time.
I feel like it's a different species entirely. It's like the difference between like humans and apes. You know,
What are we
like
talking about?
a
What are we
human
talking
is the
about?
bicycle, and ape is like the motorcycle.
Can we talk
Fair
about
enough.
Sonic Rumble? Can we talk about the Sonic Rumble beta?
Well, before we get to that, we
Instead,
gotta.
please.
It behooves us to quickly talk about. There was yesterday. This is big general naming news, gaming news, naming goose.
I did
Yesterday,
it. We're back on track.
state of play. So guys, state of play. State of play.
Yeah.
It was
happened.
very boring for most of it. I don't like those 5v5 like hero arena game
Those-
things.
the two fucking
I-
Overwatch games.
So I
So
don't.
when I saw
find
that, I
those
was thinking, all about how like cinematic trailers do nothing for me because they had like a 6-7 minute like cinematic trailer for that Guardians of the
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy
And then
looking
it just
thing.
looked like it could be Overwatch. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. That's the
And
thing
then,
is when I saw the cinematic
I
trailer, I was
also
a bit
heard
like,
Valorant.
yeah.
The trailer thing looked very nice. That animated thing was nice looking. But
the
like,
thing
then
is,
it
I
got
was
to the
saying, like-
gameplay, and I was like, I don't care.
I was like, this is the reason I never care about cinematic trailers is because the actual game isn't even in the same art style as this. Like, it's got more of a like sort of a Fortnite look to it. There was a lot of stuff yesterday, and I think it's the problem of me being as single-minded as I am. I was going into this like before every little preview, I'd be like Spider-Man, but like no Spider-Man.
I thought
I'd
you
be
were
like,
gonna say single
Shadow.
mother. I'm
Yes,
being a single
yes,
mother.
Dylan. I am a single mother when it comes to gaming. But
No man.
that's the thing is like, yeah, my interest can be kind of insular when it comes to that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, Spider-Man, Shadow, anything like that. Nah, I didn't get what I wanted, but
But Monster Hunter looked incredible.
Monster
I
Hunter
just-
looked pretty cool. Yeah, like I've only ever
It
played
looked amazing.
one Monster Hunter game, and that's Monster Hunter Rise. And
Yeah, I played that.
I have enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
I
I
have
used
that
to
one
play
as
it with
well.
Surus, but recently
I gotta
think
play it again.
Surus.
I never finished it.
Dude, let's play it together because I haven't finished it.
What do you guys
Okay.
have it on?
Switch.
PC.
Ah,
Switch.
Wait,
Ah,
does it have crossplay?
No, it does not. Which
I
I'm
doubt it.
surprised. I would imagine. I would assume it like they would be able to make
Played
that
the
happen.
demo on Switch, and then I played it. I bought it on PC.
Because
I was
I
like,
know
Oh
that
wait, hold on.
Surus
It's on sale
literally
on PC.
Surus
What's on
gifted
sale?
me the Switch version ages ago, back before he changed and stopped playing Monster Hunter. So
Let's see.
Do I have Monster Hunter? Was there a demo of Rise on Switch, or was that only? No, you know
Yeah,
what? I'm thinking of.
there was a demo.
I had the Monster Hunter Stories 2 demo on Switch, and then when it came out, I got it on PC. That's what
the
I'm
real
thinking.
thing
I only
that
have Rise on PC.
the real thing that grabbed my attention from the state of play though was the
We get Little
Astrobot
Boulder to
game.
play too. I bet he'll play with us.
If you guys are gonna play on PC, I'll have to pick up that version at some point.
It'll probably be PC. Yeah.
I will play it on Switch. You will buy the Switch version.
I
I
have
will
it on
not.
Switch.
We have
Well,
2 and 2.
we will play together.
Yes.
But yeah,
Unfortunately, no
money
more
is
Sonic
bad. I don't
content
have
on there.
money.
money's really bad for me right now as well.
I'm running out of money.
So they actually had Sonic DLC that went down. They delisted it a couple months ago.
I've still got it
unfortunately.
though. I think it's still in
Yeah,
my thing.
if you have it,
yeah.
if you have it, you're lucky then.
Yeah. Well,
I think I got to it too late.
I don't know if it's like maybe disappeared now, but like I did have it downloaded.
It is. Well, no. I believe if you have it downloaded, then you keep it. But
It's not going to update and
somebody
take
would-
it away from me.
No, I
no,
can't do
like
that.
if it's in your safe, if you have the quest for it, then it's there.
Okay, I do have it. I didn't really get very far into it. I just did a few bits, but yeah, I as it is, like, yeah, from that Monster Hunter Rise game that I played, I'm naturally going to be a little curious about any upcoming Monster Hunter release. But yeah, what really got me in that state of play, was the Astrobot thing. Because
Yes.
I think
Well,
the
really
PlayStation... Sorry, go on.
Really quick before we get into like Astrobot, somebody was asking what the DLC was. You get different costumes for your character that you can dress up and look like resemble
You have to
Sonic,
earn them,
sort
though.
of. Yeah, and your pet can resemble Tails, and then you can have the little cat character you have with you. That can also look like Sonic and transform to Super Sonic.
And
That was what
part of the way you
what
do it
the
is like
quest
you have
gave you.
missions collecting rings, and they have Escape from the City playing when you collect the rings.
Yes.
Aw.
So that was what they gave you. Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. So yeah, Astra's Playroom on the PlayStation 5 is like freebie game that came with it. One of the first things I actually played on the PlayStation 5 being Astrobot, or not Astrobot, sorry, Astra's Playroom. But it's a fantastic little platformer, like genuinely excellent, and just as amazing of a showcase for all the things like the PS5 and the DualSense controller can do. Yeah, excellent game. So I'm really kind of excited to see that they're doing more with Astrobot, with like a full like game on sale. You know, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, and then like with the number of references to Sony's other IPs, it's really cool. Did not notice any Sly Cooper there, which was interesting.
That's okay. Sly Cooper's
see, like-
garbage.
Well, I mean, you
wouldn't
can't
know
just
Sly
say
Cooper.
that if you haven't played it.
I've never played it, so I can't confirm or deny.
Wait, why do you... Wait, Frank, why
wait, you've got him
do
as your profile pic. Wait, you haven't played it?
Not right now. Not in this server. Do you still have him as your profile picture? You do.
No, I don't.
You don't. You
But
changed it
why
today. Okay.
did you though? What? You haven't
Yeah, and why
played
did you
the
buy
game?
Sly 4 Thieves in Time for the PlayStation Vita if you don't like Sly Cooper?
It was funny.
What are you talking about? You bought
Oh,
Sly 4 Thieves in Time because it was funny?
Technically, no, I didn't buy that on its own. That I bought a PlayStation Vita off a friend, and they included all of their games that with it.
Did you
Sly
already...
4 just happened, or Sly Thieves in Time just happened to be one of them.
Oh, you had the PSP before. You didn't have the Vita, right? That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
PSP for a
Alright,
while,
sorry.
and then I got a PS
Like-
Vita, and it came with a bunch of games.
I thought you already had a Vita. But no, the Vita's actually a great little thing. I think that thing's
Yeah.
like a very versatile little machine once you put emulators and stuff on it.
Yeah, and I do have the first Sly Cooper game. I have it on my PS2, so I don't know. I might play it one day.
Well, the trilogy's on Vita. You can get a trilogy cartridge.
Well, the
those would be
third
good.
game is a digital code.
But
Oh,
that
is it?
sucks.
Yeah, so if anything, I'd probably would just get like a working PS3 and then get it on that instead.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, other than like what was mentioned with Astrobot and stuff, yeah, it was more or less a wash. If you're into that kind of thing, you're into that kind. Something I
Yeah.
noticed, something I found weird though, is I don't want to be a stickler for realism graphics by any means, and no one likes a graphic stickler, but I was kind of like, this is like the latest games. Why do none of these look as visually pleasing as Arkham Knight? I feel like when you're going for realism, I feel like the benchmark is still Arkham Knight, and that game came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I got no say in that. I ain't played it.
Damn. You haven't played
Haven't
Arkham
I
played
have
it
yet
yet.
to play it.
God damn it.
I have it. I haven't played it yet. Unfortunately, you know.
Right,
I'm
we're
going through
recruiting new
Arkham
hosts for
Asylum
Sunset
first.
City. We're looking for replacements now.
I'm
Yeah.
slowly but surely going through the series. Okay, I've been playing Arkham Asylum.
Actually, that's the point. Yeah, Dylan, I got you the fucking Arkham series.
No, I have them. I just want to. I'll play them at some point. I need to be like ready. You know.
You need
be
to
ready
play
for
them
it.
immediately.
Like on the show.
Sure. Live stream them.
You
But
put
yeah,
them
I
on the
think-
screen in the background.
I think that's all there is to say about the state of play. We can kind of move on to something a little Sonic-y now. So, Shadow the Hedgehog. There's been some revelations about Shadow the Hedgehog. There's a little bit of misinformation around it, so we'll just clear that up real quick. But basically, there was a time in the game's development where they were aiming for an M rating, rated M for mature, rather than the what rating did Shadow the Hedgehog release at in America?
It was probably like E10.
E10 and up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Instead of that, they were going to go for an M for mature rating. So allegedly it was this way quite into the process, to the point where they did have Jason Griffith record some lines with stronger language than what was in the original game. So when people were like, "Oh my god, he says damn," we could have maybe had a fuck or two in there, you know? And that would have been awesome. I would have loved to have heard that.
I so wish.
Yeah, apparently that he had plenty to give.
And it's being reported as like Jason Griffith claims there was hours of stuff that got cut. It's not. There were just a few takes with more coarse language than what was in the original game, so it's still quite vague.
Wait, can we hear them?
I wouldn't be surprised if there were. I don't think they're ever going to let that go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was hours of recording for the entire game, but with like a few extra lines of him saying "fuck" instead of "damn" and "hell" and shit. I don't know if he says shit, but I've only ever seen a video on this game.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where I think if it was in the code as well, it would have been found by now. But like, there have been instances where people have hacked into games to find more adult stuff in the code or within the game's files.
To give you guys an idea about like how deep some people will go into it, somebody managed to find the code for Akuma in one of the Resident Evil games. That he just somehow happened to have been in it.
Akuma, like from
Street Fighter.
He's just in Resident Evil.
Yeah, I believe it's Resident Evil 2.
What's he doing in there?
And well, I guess he was intended to be like a joke character to put in there. But
That's
for the
awesome.
longest time, people assumed that this was some kind of hoax or something. But not too long ago, freaking Maximilian dude was playing it on his channel, and it's like, yeah, like he had people kind of dig into the game.
Damn.
And it looks cursed.
They just found Akuma. It's like finding Luigi in the Mario 64 source stuff from the leaks.
Or reading like all the blurry textures.
Dude,
like the actual text on it.
Yeah, I think that was the only time I've ever been frequently refreshing Twitter because I wanted to see the production of like the Luigi model as they pieced it back together, like Darth Vader after he got all burned up in that sword battle.
One
and
instance
finally,
of
I just have this picture of Luigi, and it just says he has risen.
well, one instance of this kind of thing that I can remember is the game SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge for the PlayStation. People went into the files of that game and were able to find. I'm going to send you guys this artwork in the back rooms, but I can't put it up on the stream. But they found these bits of artwork in the files for the game. Artwork that was done in development. I will describe them for the audience, but I cannot show them.
You could just give a general.
Sure, I'll give a very vague general
description.
description.
In the concept art for a game. This is in the game.
It was in the files. It never plays in the game. It's not accessible in the game, but it's in the files. So people that
what the fuck?
Hacked into the codes and stuff found these. So I'll describe these for the audience, but as vaguely as possible, making it nice and PC. We got SpongeBob fucking Patrick in the ass. We got Patrick going at it doggy style with sandy cheeks, and we got SpongeBob in some kind of dominatrix outfit with kind of a weird skull design on his face. So yeah, that's
fuck.
Why the fuck? Why would this be in the PS1 game? They were just fucking around. They were just
fucking around, and I guess it just ended up in the files, I guess.
That is so upsetting. But it's a good thing that nobody found this until, like, it was data mined, obviously. It's good that this
that and
didn't
the studio had gone
game.
under by that point as well, so, like, it didn't really matter. There was no consequence.
Jeez. Okay.
Amazing.
Oh, I need to correct myself over the Akuma thing. Apparently it's been a hoax for years. I apologize for that. I will resign from the show.
Actually,
all right, we're looking for replacements for Frank, all right? We're looking for replacements.
I just realized I have to come back. I am needed for this episode.
Ideally, we want old people. So if we can get old people to apply, then that would be great.
But the Akuma in Resident Evil 2 is a mod, so it is fun to... It's still cursed to look at.
Oh, hell
So have fun with that.
Please post a picture of the mod to get rid of this other thing.
It's like if you know how people used to like bring out hoaxes of like they'll talk about like Polybius, and then someone actually made a game called Polybius, but it was completely different.
Yeah,
something like that. Except they made this mod to be exactly how it was described.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Don't worry, I'm hiding I'm getting the SpongeBob stuff out of the way, so you don't have to look at that anymore. Hang on.
You could just delete it.
No, don't worry. I'm putting something beneath it so it's harder to see. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it was worse. It was worse that time. Why does he do this to us? Oh.
Here, have a tiny image. What the fuck? Okay, that is the wrong image.
Have you got another nice deep fried image for us?
Actually, I do.
That's still not as deep fried as that one Sonic Forces pick. Oh, good lord. $10
you'll get
an
even smaller version.
It is. It's real. This is a $10 Monster Hunter Rise. You can
Here's
get
the preview version.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hang on.
There you go.
I will also help hide these things with a nice low-res image. There we go. Right, so we want to probably move on to the next topic, right?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I would say. Yeah.
Okay, this is good. We've got a good, fast-paced episode today. So there's been a bit of a revelation that I've seen on Twitter, and I had to go test it myself. Did you know that in the night boss fight of Sonic Frontiers, you know when he throws the shield at you and you hop on top of the shield and you have to like navigate around the missiles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know you could just jump off of that?
I have no idea. I don't remember enough.
Well, like, you initially think, oh, I'll steer it around the missiles and ram the shield into him, right? You can just fucking jump off of the shield. The amount of times people have, like, done the Final Horizon DLC on a strict time limit and been like, oh, man, this part always gets me when you can literally just jump off of the shield. You don't even have to do anything special. It's not even like a glitch or an exploit. You just press the jump button and he'll just jump off of it. That's insane.
I guess it's
did not know that.
Easy peasy.
It's insane that that's just now
Nobody
been
thought of it.
discovered. Also, Knuckles has a hidden ability in Sonic Superstars as well. Were you guys aware of that?
Nope, no idea.
And
I knew he had the
this one?
infinite jump before, but that's not like an intended ability.
He didn't have that in Superstars.
Wait,
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
Superstars.
still in
Okay,
Frontiers.
so what's the ability?
So this comes the source on this is Pariah. I can't remember the number that comes after his name, but the Pariah fella. I saw one of the video of him doing the rounds on Twitter. I believe if you press up while clinging onto a wall and press jump at the same time, he'll do a wall jump, which is apparently great for speedrunning. So he has like a proper wall jump ability that isn't just clinging onto the wall and jumping off of it, like a proper little wall jump that gives you quite a bit of upward momentum.
Oh, so he's got like an old school Ninja Gaiden wall jump.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Or like a Mega Man
it's-
X wall jump.
It's weird that never got mentioned officially. And a lot of people are kind of asking, is that maybe accidental? But it doesn't seem to be. It seems kind of too, like, works too well to be accidental.
Too hyper realistic to be an accident.
Too excellent to be accidental. So yeah, if you're thinking of
Hyper-excellent.
giving Sonic Superstars another playthrough, to the one person that's thinking of doing that, like, maybe consider playing as Knuckles and giving that a try.
It's Pop talking to himself.
It's me. I'm that one person.
You're thinking of doing it.
What are you? You're gonna do
At
it?
some point. Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, I'm Sonic Superstars without defeating a badnik.
Oh, okay.
Also, Knuckles is your favorite character.
That too.
True.
That too.
God, how
that
wounded
would be a
must you
good
have
choice.
been by the Knuckles TV series? He's your favorite,
You mean
and they did that to him.
You mean Wade, right?
Yeah.
The Wade
Week
series.
7! Week 7, everybody!
Oh, there's always, when you come to a Sonic podcast, you know they're always going to mention Sonic 06. They're going to mention Sonic Boom. They're going to
Forces.
mention the Knuckles TV show and Sonic Forces.
Sonic
And also
Forces
Sonic
was the
Unleashed
big...
IGN review.
Probably Sonic IGN, yeah.
Sonic Forces, what you gotta admit that was bad, though. But, like, Sonic Forces
Sonic was never good.
was the big, like, F word back when this show first started. Because, like, it kind of started, like, a little bit after... Well, Sonic Forces was the last mainline game we had when this show first came about. So, like, Forces would get brought up every single episode.
I
It
don't
was
blame
great.
him.
It was a
I don't
good
blame
time.
him. There's plenty to say about being upset.
Everyone was
frustrated.
everyone felt burned by Forces. Everybody. Like, it was a time when everyone was a downer when talking about Sonic.
You know what? This wall jump is actually really cool. I just don't know where I would use it. All right.
Are you
sorry.
using it? Are you playing it right now?
No, I am watching the video on Twitter.
Ah. Yeah, no, see, it could be potentially a bit of a game changer.
For speedrunning, yes.
Yeah.
For the average person playing, I think you're just.
I mean,
better
it's not
off
gonna
buying it.
fix the boss fights. Like, if they can find a way to speedrun the boss fights, then we're in business. I hate the boss fights.
That is true. Yeah.
They are the
They should just make a
majority
better
of that game.
Just make a good game.
Make a good game. Fucking please, come on.
If they fix the boss fights, it would be a good
need-
game.
I
They
don't
need to
hate it
hire
that much.
fans.
I'm just joking. But like, it's the boss fights are really rough. So
Since
it's
playing
basically
Mania
forever.
again, I have since rolled back my opinion. I think Mania is the better one of the two.
Ooh, character
Yeah,
development.
I don't know what was up with saying that. I don't know what's up with people saying Superstars is better. I just do not see it.
My reason originally was that it's all brand new, and I was kind of like, if you're going to make a new classic Sonic game, it's kind of a no-brainer to do it with all new levels. I don't really see much merit in having a game that is mostly old levels, no matter how well designed it is. But I just kind of like, while I was playing through Mania, the same thoughts did overall come to my head. Can I just get to Studiopolis? Can I just get to Press Garden? Can I just get to Mirage Saloon? Can I just get to Titanic Monarch? But at the same time, I was like, for what it's doing, though, Mania is doing a much better job, and I am having a better time playing it, you know? Like, and I think that's... Having a better time playing it is more important than the principle of, oh, they brought back so many old levels. Because the truth is, I do like Mania, but I think the game is... I don't want to say too long, because no, I think the length of it is about perfect, but there are levels where I'm like, I could happily skip these. I think one of them is Flying Battery, because I think the differences between the Mania version and the original are marginal and insignificant, not enough to justify its return. Oil Ocean, I could happily do without. And it sounds sacrilege because Lava Reef is an excellent level, but the Mania version of Lava Reef does nothing to the level, in my opinion. It doesn't add anything meaningful to it. Like, if anything, it detracts because you don't have the context of the original story anymore. Like, I got a buddy, Tom Topics, was kind of confused as to why I was kind of like, Mania's kind of a 7 out of 10 game overall, and he was confused as to how I could have it that low. And it is just because I don't think some of these returning levels do enough to justify coming back. I think Green Hill, I can kind of understand Green Hill because, like, Green Hill, like, if you're going to do a game that has old levels coming back, you kind of need to start it with Green Hill, or at least at that point you did. Chemical Plant...
And then Chemical Plant, I guess they tried the same thing again.
Putting those two levels next to each other is redundant, in my opinion, but I will say this, Act 2 of Chemical Plant does do enough to justify it. But what I would say is, imagine if we had those level mechanics with a completely brand new original aesthetic. I think that would be better. I think ultimately, though, like, yeah, Sonic Mania proved to me is like, yeah, give us this, but it's all the original levels. But I was hoping that's what Sonic Superstars would be. Unfortunately, it isn't up to the same quality, and the boss fights are a big problem. The pacing is a big problem. And, I mean, even then, I think the Mania team did a better job at making those classic levels feel fresh than the Superstars team did at making new levels. Because at the end of the day, like, I could come up with levels for a Superstars sequel right now if I wanted to off the top of my head. Like, okay, here's fucking Marble Plant Zone, you know? Chemical Casino. You know?
It's like Marble Plant, so just Marble Zone.
Marble Plant, Chemical Casino,
Marble
fucking...
Garden.
Oh, wait. Chemical Casino, that goes hard.
It does, but it doesn't change the fact that it is just an archetypical Sonic thing. And I know people are like, yeah, but
Reno.
That rocks.
I know people are like, oh, but Sonic games, they look like Sonic games. It doesn't have to be the same fucking themes every time. And it's like, even if it's not the same as what it was before exactly, there are still other things in the world beside fucking casinos and shit, you know? There's more to play with, I think.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like to see them
horse
go into
racing
space more.
tracks.
Fucking shit. Hang on.
Like, they never go into space for like a level. Superstars did that, which was pretty cool. I'd like to see them do that again.
But it was the most
Colors was all in
redundant
space.
It was the most redundant space base we'd ever had. Like, that's the thing I found so weird. It was like,
Superstars did it, but they did it poorly because it was just go through the level, now go through it backwards.
it wasn't even just that, though, because I thought, like, the idea of the level functioning backwards was actually kind of cool. My problem is I was playing through it the first time, I was like, why is this not hitting? Why is this not resonating with me? And I know people say story isn't really important in a classic Sonic game, but I think this does prove that story's a little important, because there is no reason to be here, and there's no build-up for this either. Like, in Sonic 2 and 3, you've got a build-up to the Death Egg. And in, like, Sonic 1 and CD, areas are gradually getting more industrial as you go. With Superstars, it's like, okay, we've got a story about a dude, he's on an island, he wants to get fat flickies to make big badniks, and he wants to find a dragon, and now we're in space for some reason?
And now there's this area that's all gold,
Yeah,
and now there's, like, this underwater thing.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or
water
reason
zone that
to
has
the
lo-fi
level
hip-hop.
placements.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there is absolutely no reason as to the
I would have
placements
thought he
in
would have a
Superstars.
big base on the island somewhere. You know,
Like,
like
what's
a
the
big
fuck-
base
what-
of operations.
What is the cyber station? Like,
I have no idea.
Sonic
Used to-
Sonic 1 and
used to
2
look
don't
like
even have...
voxels.
Sonic 1 and 2
Yeah.
don't even have cutscenes, but they still managed to contextualize their levels better than this. I mean, Sonic 2, big success there, like Hilltop Zone, just being the mountain on the other side of Emerald Hill. I don't even care much for Hilltop Zone, but it's like, that's really clever.
And then you go into a cave.
I think that's the thing is, with Superstars, it feels like they heard the whole classic Sonic doesn't really need a story thing and took it to heart, and were just like, yeah, just whatever. anything happens.
You need a reason for it to make sense. Like, to go from one zone to another, you need, like, oh, okay, logically that does make a bit of sense. Okay, cool. This one is just like, you'll go here next. Okay, what's the reasoning? Because you'll go there next.
But also, like, it's established early on that it's like Eggman's goal in this game is to find a dragon. So what are we doing on a space base with a time machine?
It's a space dragon.
It's not a fucking space dragon. I wish it was a space dragon. That would be cool.
Is it Trip? Isn't it just Trip?
No, it's not.
No. The big dragon at the end. Okay.
Yeah. I was about to say.
I never played that part, so I don't know what you're talking about.
There's just a big dragon.
Yeah, so basically, when you've beaten Trip's story, you unlock the final story. And basically, imagine this.
Okay.
The story of Sonic Superstars is basically... we've got an opening cutscene, Robotnik wants to find a dragon, Sonic is like, I'm gonna get you, Robotnik, and Fang is there. And Fang's mean to Trip. Trip's like, I ain't gonna take this anymore. She takes her clothes off and joins Team Sonic. Then they destroy Robotnik's time machine, return to Earth. Trip gets chased by an egg robo or something, so she's like, fuck it. Bad shit's going on. I'm gonna go fight Fang in space. And then a big dragon pops out of the ground inexplicably, and then Super Sonic fights it.
This sounds like a fan fiction.
This is what happens when Takeshi Iizuka writes the story. No, but I think this is the second time he's written a Sonic game. The first time was Shadow the Hedgehog 05.
Damn. Wonder how long he's had this one in his back pocket.
I want to see actually what his writing credits are.
The thing I was gonna say is that, like, I never played through Trip's story because I went through one level and was like, yeah, this is garbage.
Yeah, no, like the enemy placement and trap placement is horrible in Trip's story.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, it's the same thing but more enemies. Yeah, that's totally a hard mode. This sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it stinks. It's stinky dinky. Puppy dog shit. It's a shame as well, because
apparently Iizuka wrote the 2 Rivals games. Ooh, I
checked IMDb, and the IMDb credits seem to be just throwing darts at a board, because he also says like he's a writer on Sonic Prime, which he isn't.
So like, if it's true with the Rivals games, not a great resume.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe he did, but all I know is I think Shadow the Hedgehog and Superstars are written by him. I know they wanted Ian Flynn for Superstars, but he was otherwise occupied with, I believe, Dream Team? I think?
That explains a lot.
I don't understand why they didn't get Jun Sonoy working on Dream Team. And have the person that did the Dream Team music work on Superstars if they couldn't just have, like, T. Lopes. Or get, some of the others doing more on it.
We don't get to understand these things. It's for them to know and for us to question forever.
June would have been perfect on Dream Team. It's a 3D game.
And it's for people on Twitter to tell us how to do how things actually work when they've had little to no experience.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I've made a few enemies today.
Really? You wanna do some humiliation? You wanna do some name and shame? Yeah, we won't do that, but
no, I just gotta wait for the right people to hear what I just said a moment ago and be like, yep, I've made some enemies after saying that. I'm cool with it.
You know what I say to that? Fuck them all to death.
What do you say to that?
It's time to rumble!
Alright, did you want to show us the thing before we do the rumble?
Yes, I did.
Alright.
Okay.
Then let's get ready to... Yeah, you've already said it. Alright,
let's get ready to not get sued, because apparently that's trademarked.
Oh, Jesus. Dylan.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, Michael Buffer's going to own this podcast. Great.
Alright, let's... Alright, we're moving. We're schmoving.
Alright, so can they see this?
Yeah, is there audio on this, or nah?
There is audio, yes, but it's not that important.
Is it playing yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I want to just preface this. There's a game called Wrestling Empire that I made some custom characters on a long time ago. I think for this very moment, I just saw into the future. But this is the true Sonic Rumble if Sega locked the fuck in.
Oh my god. god. Nice rubber chicken.
Look, I get he was at WrestleMania 39.
He's here.
He's got a chili dog.
He's got a hot dog.
Garingo 64.
That's me. I've got a gun. Look, I don't know where he got that.
I should play this game again. This is much better than I remembered.
Oh no.
Was he just shooting Sonic?
Oh, whoa!
He's breaking my legs.
It looked like he was eating your
Got
foot.
you in an ankle lock? Why? Why do you have Logan Paul's ring gear?
Well, that was incredible.
Now it's Sonic Rumble. That's Sonic Rumble from the beta footage I was able to capture.
Yeah,
what
so
the
we
fuck
had
was
Dylan
that?
Getting put in an ankle lock, and then he flipped him out into something, and then realizing he had like Logan Paul's ring gear.
That was me in the game, though. That was me correctly, basically.
Just wrestling things.
Ridiculous. But before we get to Sonic Rumble, there's one more thing.
And that is?
Thank you. After like a year, or not a year, after like half a year of being just gone, IDW Sonic is back now. They took like a 5-month or so hiatus. Yeah, they took a hiatus for not just a hiatus, but for the Fang the Hunter miniseries, because you can't have 2 comics going at once. And the Fang the Hunter miniseries served to set up Sonic Superstars, which is really, really fucking weird, considering the game is long out and forgotten and not exactly loved. But, yeah, I did a bit of editing on some Fang the Hunter projects for Nick, so I did get the chance to read the Fang the Hunter miniseries, and it's fine. It's solid, you know, like, if you want, like, a little classic Sonic adventure with the little hoodlums in the starring role, then, yeah, you're fine. You're sated, you got something there. But it is a shame now that, like, every Fang thing we get is related to Superstars, a pretty okay game with a pretty subpar story. Because I really like Fang as a character. I'd been waiting for Fang to actually make a proper return for ages, and it's cool to see Bark the Polar Bear and Bean the Duck as well are in there. It is a shame because you can tell where, like, at the start they wanted to do something a bit more ambitious, only to kind of puss out at the last minute. But do you guys care at all about spoilers for the Fang miniseries?
Not at all. Go for it.
No.
So the setup is that there's an 8th Chaos Emerald, and Fang wants to get it, you know, get money and stuff like that through getting this 8th Chaos Emerald. And it's making a fun little reference to, like, the 8 Chaos Emeralds in Sonic the Fighters, basically. And he and Sonic have a little argument about... Sorry, go on.
I was going to wait, so Sonic the Fighters is canon?
Yeah, kind of, loosely, yeah. But, yeah, the big twist is the 8th Chaos Emerald doesn't exist. There are 7.
Crazy.
It's like, oh, man.
I played that. I played the mobile Sonic 2. There is an 8th Emerald.
Well, you've been lied to. But, yeah, it does kind of once again speak to kind of how lame it is that, like, certain game-established things have to stay strictly to what's in the games. But I think the big outcome in the end is that rather than getting an 8th Emerald, there's an ambulance outside my window. I don't know if you can hear that. But rather than getting an 8th Emerald, he gets the Warp Topaz, which used to be like the teleporting gem from...
Fang gets the Topaz?
Yeah, Fang gets the Warp Topaz, which means that as far as, yeah, IDW Sonic goes, you've got the first piece of connectivity between the classic world and the modern world. I suppose, like, as far as the games are concerned, you've got Generations, you've got the Phantom Ruby.
Something.
But, yeah,
something.
maybe they're cooking something up. But, yeah, that then brings us to IDW is back. Their most recent arc was one called The Misadventures, where, like, in the past, like, we've had kind of these big event Sonic stories, like, you had the Metal Overlord story arc, you've had the Metal Virus, Urban Warfare, but we had Misadventures, which was more kind of dedicated to just inconsequential stories, like Sonic and Tails go and explore a cave and stuff like that. And I think there's a place for that. At the same time, I do think, like, if you're going to go on hiatus for that long, you do need, like, something big in the works, something big brewing. I mean, they did have something that does have a lot of fans excited, is that they're returning with a Riders-themed arc, which it's not like they're adapting the story of Riders or anything so much as, like, you know, it's a story that's like a new story, but there's the Extreme Gear, you've got the Babylon Rogues, and...
Yeah, the Rogues have been around in IDW, so they can't really adapt the first game.
Yeah, I mean... Personally, I would like to see IDW do more game adaptation stories. I would love to see IDW expand on the story of Sonic Frontiers and, like, really make a really nice cohesive version of that. Heck, Forces would be awesome. But, like, it's the kind of thing you used to get it in Archie and Fleetway, but you don't get it in IDW. You get, like, sequel stories and in-between stories because they don't want to risk trampling on the feet of the games, and that's a Sega mandate thing. Personally, I would much rather they do comic versions of the games. Because, like, with Frontiers...
Yeah, that actually would be cool.
Yeah, like, with Frontiers, there's excellent story potential, but, you know, like, they can't. Because Sega's like, no, we've got the game here.
You're gonna make me talk about the Zelda mangas again. You're gonna make me talk about Zelda.
Do it.
Oh, shit.
Do it. Do it.
The Zelda mangas are very good. They are incredible to all the stories. It's fucking fantastic. And the Twilight Princess one great. Is insanely cool. Awesome.
Did you ever see, like, the Klonoa mangas?
No, but you've told me about it. Doesn't he, like, get arrested at the end?
Well, there's a few. There's the original manga that came out with Daughter Phantomile, which is it's written by the devs of the game, and it's basically a series of in-jokes about, like, the game. Just funny little ideas and stuff that pertain to it. Like, they're just very quick little strips. Like, one of them is like, wait, hang on. So if I can't remember her name, Lefise. If Lefise sings the Song of Restoration at the end of Daughter Phantomile and it restores life to the land, does Klonoa's grandfather come back as well? Like, that's one of the little things they explore. There's a little joke about, like, where Klonoa discovers, like, the ring and sees Hupo and is like, with this ring, we'll be together forever. And then Guardius looks at the camera and goes, like a wedding ring, like, smirking. It's very cute, very silly. They did do a manga to coincide with the Wii version of Klonoa. And that kind of is, like, a prequel sort of thing, or, like, just the beginning of the adventure, basically. But then there's, like, the main mangas, which were just nonsensical, ridiculous Family Guy shit. Like, one where, like, Klonoa doesn't get a hero's medal, so after attempting to take his own life, he's convinced to instead become a heroine, dressing in drag to see if he can get a heroine medal.
What the
Holy
fuck?
crap, Lois. I just threw that enemy into another one.
My favorite thing is, like, given how, like, kind of cute, deep, and emotional the stories of the games are, the fact that the final line of the Klonoa manga is, looks like I'm in deep shit again, is hilarious to me.
I love it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But, kind of, I guess back to, like, Sonic. Like, yeah, they're coming back in with a Riders-centric arc. What?
Sorry, I was looking at Webster's comment. That's good.
Klonoa turns to heroin, dear God. No, I mean, Sonic even had, like, supplementary mangas around the time of the classics. I can't remember when these came out, but if I remember right, I think Amy Rose might have made
Sonic 3.
Wait, they were around the time of Sonic 3? Because I know that Amy was a major part of those Sonic mangas.
Oh, no. I was saying, like the video game adaptations. I do know there was one based on Sonic 3 because I had watched a video on it and I thought the idea was kind of cool. Like, I always liked the fact that they had extra media that would kind of just add more to it. It doesn't necessarily have to follow it, like, exactly. They can kind of, like, wander off and do their own thing. But also, you know, as long as they still tell the story, I think it's fine.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Something interesting I found is, okay, Amy makes technically her first appearance in the Sonic the Hedgehog mangas. Because, yeah, let's take a look. Let's see. Is this the first one?
The tie-in mangas, I don't know.
Well, because, like, yeah, the manga is very interesting because, I think it is the first published appearance of Amy Rose, given that it released in April of 1992, where Sonic CD was released in Japan in the September of 1993. And with the Sonic manga book, the weird thing was they kind of did the Peter Parker Spider-Man thing with Sonic, but it was kind of more Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where, like, by day he is mild-mannered Nicky the Hedgehog, by night or by future or whatever, he transforms into Sonic the Hedgehog, who is the super cool dude with the attitude, with the powers and stuff.
Oh, here.
And
wait, the comic, is it a comic or a manga?
It's a manga.
Oh, okay. I am on the wrong one then.
Let me see if I can find it for you. I'll find it. I'll send you a link.
I found a list of like comic appearances. Like, oh wait, no, that goes all the way to the earliest that goes to is 94. So I don't think that's it.
It's a Sonic Shogakukan is the name of the manga, I believe. Shogakukan Sonic. Read online, maybe I can find it. I've just admitted to piracy now, but all right.
I have found the wiki page.
Well, is it being printed?
No, it's not. No, there's no way you can get it now.
Amy Rose.
I'll put it in the back rooms. Here you go. Here you can read all the issues. To the. It's translated as well. But yeah, this is the home to
Club.
Nicky the Hedgehog,
Wait, what
and
the hell?
he goes to like Hedgehog school, and Amy is his girlfriend. So Son Amy confirmed right from the jump. And yeah, it's adorable, frankly. But
that is interesting. A different hedgehog who can transform into Sonic.
I believe the explanation in the blurb is also
it's just Sonic is like his alter ego. I think that's what it is. Like
the blurb is that Sonic is actually himself from the future, coming in to help him.
What?
So it's like your future self coming in and kicking your school bullies' asses, basically. But that's one of the things that.
And then you're doing that, but then Amy is not from the future, correct?
Amy's normal.
So Amy from that time, and basically someone who is Sonic but from the future.
No, so Sonic from the past. Nicky the Hedgehog is the Sonic of the past, and he's with Amy. Amy is his girlfriend, but they both go to like Hedgehog Elementary School, so it's nothing serious, guys. Put your dicks away. But yeah, they're basically
or the time traveling. I got that mixed up. Okay, cool.
Okay, but the thing is, Amy quite openly has a crush on Sonic, but it's kind of like, you know, when you have a partner who likes a celebrity, basically, you know, like everyone has.
Gotcha.
And yeah, like so Nicky gets bullied by this turtle fella, and yeah, he gets pizza thrown at him and shit. Like Nicky's like he's basically Dylan.
What?
Yeah, but Robotnik's in there, but he's actually an egg in this, with like a mustache and stuff. And Tails is very interesting because it seems like the cool dude with the attitude is much more Tails than it is Sonic in this. Like he first rocks up like with like sunglasses on, and he's kind of almost like a bully to Sonic at first. But it's also implied that Tails knows that Nicky and Sonic are the same person as well.
Oh yeah, this Eggman design's actually awesome. He is like an egg, like a literal egg.
Oh yeah, and yeah, you are right. April 1992. Amy has a sweater with the letter E.
Meanwhile, Sonic has a sweater with the letter N on it. There's a horrible joke in there that I'm not gonna say.
That clearly first name.
Dylan, I want you to say what you just said again because the thing is your audio cut off slightly and it sounded like you actually said the thing.
No,
it stands for nerd. It stands for nerd. That's what I said.
Thank God.
It stands for
nerd.
Does
look like a nerd.
It stands for
nerd.
It actually stands for Nicky. But
I would give him a wedgie.
Yeah, the idea of wearing your own initials on your shirt. I mean, I say that like my mascot.
For Sonic the Hedgehog.
I say that like my mascot isn't wearing a hoodie with the shape of his head on it. Like so.
I think we need to make that happen now.
When I was younger, I actually had a sweater with Alfred E. Newman on it. It was a Mad Comics sweater. And I always thought my kid self looked like Alfred E. Newman. And I felt kind of self-conscious wearing it because I was like, are people going to think I've got a shirt with my own face on it?
That's awesome.
I got to find you guys a picture of it. Like, yeah, are you guys familiar with Alfred E. Newman?
Yes.
Did you say no, Dylan, or did you say yes?
No, I said yes. Are you having trouble hearing me today?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just got like a loud car outside my window, and it's kind of dividing my attention.
What? Oh, hold on. I gotta look.
Look at chat.
In chat? Oh.
There's nothing here. Where am I looking?
YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. From Charles Chip. Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. We're not going to talk about it, okay? I have long regretted this channel name, okay? It's too late.
It stands for COD points, okay? It's fine.
I wanted to...
You can call yourself Pup Channel.
If I could rename it, it would be called, like, Pup's Planet or something, but it is what it is.
Oh my God.
You could just do that. You could just call yourself Planet Pup.
Sorry,
I can't because the thing with that...
much worse by acknowledging it.
The thing with that is well, you know, again, like, changing a channel name this late in the game is a bad idea anyway, but my play button says Channel Pup on it. Like, it would be meaningless.
True. Yeah, that is true.
I actually thought of
for another one.
A new merch idea.
They could redo it.
I thought of a new merch idea, though. So, I sell Channel Pup hoodies, right? Of, like, the hoodie that my mascot wears. But I thought of another idea. What about a Channel Pup hoodie, where it is a hoodie with a picture of the hoodie on it? How fun would that be? Like
That'd be stupid.
Like a hoodie with a hoodie on it. Like, that would be so fun.
The question is, who would buy that?
Everyone.
Just Pup. Only Pup.
No one buys the existing hoodies as it is, so, like, you know, like, at this point, it's just art as far as I'm concerned. So, alright. We wanted to talk about Rumble.
Right.
Yeah, so Frank, you played this game. You played Sonic Rumble. You played it.
Yeah,
you played
what do you have to say for yourself?
Frank, you played it.
Well, I mean, you know, there was like bugged game mechanics. Actually, yeah, there was, but they weren't terrible. It was an interesting experience. I didn't think something that would be. I mean, yeah, obviously we can make the joke of Sonic Fall Guys because that's pretty much what it was. And like the first 2 rounds of the game were just like Fall Guys. But honestly, it was a lot more fun than I expected. It was also frustrating, but I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah. So, like, how many events would you say there are so far? Like, I know Fall Guys didn't launch with that many. You kind of saw the same ones over and over again.
Yeah, I did get a couple. I did get a couple repeated. I actually didn't count how many events there were, but I think for round 1 there was like 4 of them, but they all kind of played the same. It was basically like run to the end, and you had like different themes. You had Green Hill, Chemical Plant.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Factory. Oh wait, no.
Why isn't it Blue Hill? This sucks.
You had Sky Sanctuary.
Why not Green Plant?
And Seaside Hill.
Green Plant.
You mean Chemical Sanctuary from the popular Sonic Superstars 2.
Chemical Sanctuary. Yeah, so
like a liquor
they
store.
brought in like multiple of those, and the idea behind those is just get to the end, be one of the first 16 to get to the end because they cut off half the players there. I have a comment about like how the rest are like bot characters, and I showed how those characters like reacted and moved around like when you finish your round and you're waiting for the last ones to finish. They are the dumbest AI characters possible, and I think that's done on purpose. So that way, like, even the worst player can still make it to the end.
Wait. Hang on. I've thought of a cool way we can do this. Frank, I'm going to pretend that you are Takeshi Iizuka, and you have to pretend that you are in charge of developing this game, and I'm going to ask you, like, gaming journalist interview questions, okay?
I'm getting some real softball.
That sounds really complicated for
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? So, Frank.
I'm going to ruin it immediately.
Frank.
Yes?
What kind of different game styles can we look forward to in this title?
Well, the kind of game styles you can look forward to, we wanted gamers to experience something that would be very at home when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog. And one of those would be kind of a race from beginning to end. And we have a couple of zones that we have in mind so far with this kind of game mode. What you can you could go through something like Green Hill Zone or Chemical Plant or Sky Sanctuary. But we also have other fan favorites like Seaside Hill and Lava Mountain and Frozen Factory, which will have a very nice ice gimmick going on. You know, you can slide around a little bit. It'll be
Izuka,
fun for
please,
everyone.
please, Izuka. I asked about game modes, not Izuka. Like, what do we? Have we got like capture the flag or avoid the? Like, what are the objectives of the game, Izuka?
Right. So in the first round, you'll have to go from beginning to end, and that will kind of, you know, pick the top 16 players to go into the next round, which it'll be randomly decided. You can either have 2 teams go up against each other, and with that mode, you go through Sky Sanctuary, and you can do a couple of obstacles to go through it. One of them is pushing a ball into a hole, and then you can go into the next section where you're all trying to push buttons as fast as you can to open up a gate to go into the next section. That will allow you to push balls into holes, and then the section after that, you have to fight these 2 egg pawns, which would open up another gate to get to the very end. But there's these 3 tubes, and whoever gets to it first will go through it, and it kicks everyone else out until for a couple of seconds, and then it will open up again. That would be the end. The first team to have everybody on that team get to the end wins.
So Izuka, is there 2D in this game? The fans really want a lot more. Hang on, I'm a gaming journalist. The fans are really wondering, is there 2D in this game? Because like 2D is very popular. You know, obviously the classic Sonic games are better. So Izuka, please, Izuka-san, is there 2D in this game?
We wanted this mobile title to appeal to Sonic fans of all generations. So we do have 3D gameplay, but we do have a bit of 2D gameplay in one of the sections in the second round.
Hell yeah.
Where you have to run away from a giant chopper, and this involves
like a helicopter.
all 2D platforming. No, not. It is a fish enemy from Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant too. I thought you meant a helicopter.
It would have been awesome if it was a helicopter. It could have been like Gun. You remember Sonic Adventure 2? Izuka, do you remember Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah, I've seen a helicopter before.
That game had a helicopter in it. Imagine if it was the gun truck.
Seen a helicopter?
I've seen it. Oh, dude, yeah. If there's a helicopter, you gotta look at it. Like that's like rule number 1 of being a male is like whatever you're doing, you stop and look at the helicopter.
I would like you know,
the closest to a helicopter would be the spinner enemies.
So there's no gun helicopter in this game, Izuka?
No, there is not.
Okay.
They should have had one where you run away from the gun truck as like a party, and then some people.
Excuse me, who let this fucking nerd into the interview? Can we get him out of here?
Okay, I'm gonna break away for a moment from the whole thing just to say.
Do you have any comments about Son Amy?
I
get killed. I get shot in the head. Fall on the ground.
Son Amy? What is Son Amy?
Okay, so Izuka, what that is like the fans basically want to know if Blaze the Cat is going to be in the next game.
I'm
a gaming journalist.
She's still in her dimension.
Does she have a dimension?
If we feel that it is the right time to bring her back into the series, then we will.
You wanted to break away for a second. What was it? What did you need?
Oh no, that was when I was saying like that. Like running from the gun truck would be hilarious and awesome.
It would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay, Izuka. Further questions. What characters are in this game?
We currently have Sonic the Hedgehog. We have Tails. We have Knuckles, Dr. Eggman, Amy Rose, a fan favorite that has returned in games like Sonic Forces. We have Zavok.
Oh hell yeah! I love Zavok. He's like Bowser. I think like the Sonic games will be better if we can have more sort of like Mario inspiration, Mr. Izuka. Dan.
We will look into. We have been studying different video games in the industry, and we will be sure to try to appeal to all kinds of gamers.
Perfect, excellent. All of them, every gamer.
We also have Cream the Rabbit and Rouge the Bat Vector the Crocodile, and
fuck yes,
and Espio.
I'm gonna be right back for 10 minutes.
Actually,
knowing
hang
that
on.
Rouge the
You know what?
Bat's in the game.
I might have just botched that one.
Wait,
I don't think
Izuka,
SPO's
you
in the
botched
game.
a Sonic game? Izuka?
What? I get up dead off the floor. I'm not dead anymore.
I seem
You would
to have
never do
misspoke.
that. You would never botch a Sonic game.
Wait, what do you mean you're not dead anymore? Are you Yuji Naka?
I just stood up. I'm not dead anymore yet.
Are you Yuji Naka?
Wait, I thought you were alive. Just a criminal.
No, I died a minute ago when I got shot.
Yeah, security took him out because he dared to ask about...
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was so extreme that I came back to life. I reanimated.
Alright. While we've got you here. While we've got you here, Mr. Izuka-san. Does the game have a story?
The story is yes, it does have a story. There was an opening cinematic where, or not cinematic. There was an opening where Dr. Eggman wants to try to defeat Sonic, and rather than his usual tactics of trying to take over the world, he created these fun games for them to go through to try to be in first place, and this is his way of actually defeating them.
What?
That's stupid.
Did you write this, Izuka-san?
I might have.
All right, listen. This gaming journalist is gonna retire, so I'm gonna bring in Izuka's dad now. Okay, right, son. So this new game you've created for us today. The question is,
getting serious.
Would Gotta Be Frank like this game? Does Gotta Be Frank have good opinions of this game, son?
He's been a very polarizing individual in the community, so I can't say for sure.
No, but son, you literally have Frank with you right now. Could we just talk to Frank for 1 second?
Sure.
All right, okay, son, move. All right, Frank. Hey, buddy. So, how did you enjoy the game?
Hello. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be. I thought
friends with Izuka's dad.
I mean, who wouldn't be? But yeah, the game actually was a lot of fun. I got to play on controller only, so I didn't really get to use the touchscreen because that's just kind of how I play games. And yeah, to address what somebody was asking in the chat, yes, the game does have a story. It's like a very brief 1 minute thing. It's not really the most important thing in the world, but it kind of does set up why everyone looks like toys.
So it's not really
because
it's just a kind of a catalyst, I guess, for everything that's going on.
Yeah. Which is why, like, there's like the opening cutscene that they had where Eggman was holding like two what looked like amiibos to me, but they could just be whatever generic thing they want to call them, because they actually did look like
I'm
amiibos.
going to scalp these on eBay.
It's either that or it reminds me of Super Smash Brothers Melee, where you see like the giant like the trophies that you get, or like the, because I didn't know they were trophies at first. I thought like, oh, those are like little figures or something. So it's almost like that, except they retain the plastic look, or like the toy-like look of each character. And yes, there is 2D, and it's only in one game mode. There is round one is basically like 6 different races to the end, and it kind of cuts out half the players. Round 2 is basically you can either go into a survival mode where everyone has to survive against either the giant chopper, which was the fish enemy, or a death egg robot that's kind of just that's going around. I wish it was a helicopter. There's a death egg robot trying to like knock people off a platform.
And how's the like level design in the sort of A to B levels? Is it sort of just like you're playing a Sonic level, but there's lots of like people with you that you're against?
Not exactly. It seemed like it was much slower paced. You didn't get things that you would get in a Sonic game like loops. You do get springs and stuff, but you don't see that very often. Yeah, it was a pretty basic level. It's not asking a whole lot of the player. You could cheese some of the mechanics by. I did find out that the homing attack might have a bit of there might be a bit of a trick to it. That sometimes you could just use it, and whatever you're targeting, if that gets destroyed, it just shoots you forward. And I've had that happen twice.
Shit.
Oh, and I believe one character was left out and shouldn't have been left out. Silver the Hedgehog is in it. And there's also like different variants for some of the characters. So like,
Wait, did you
Wait,
say
does
Silver
Silver have
Zavik
any
isn't?
has
variants? No, he
Zavik
is.
has a Crystal Zavik variant. There's no Silver variant yet. I would assume there would be one
Oh, but
shortly after
Silver
release.
is in the game, right?
Yes, Silver
Yes.
is in the game.
Okay, good.
Rouge is in the game. She has a variant as well, and it's the one from the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I've seen
same
a
for
picture
Tails.
of it, but they did something interesting. The areas that are like shadowy in Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, they've just made those pure black on Rouge's model. So like where her like head shadow is in the game, they've just put black there. So now they've changed it from like her wearing like a crop top to like a fucking keyhole sweater, which is also kind of sexy in its own little way.
Oh, I would imagine there was a reason for doing that, but yeah,
No reason.
I don't know. Okay. You also have like the Detective Tails costume or skin.
Yeah,
Actually,
that
they're
one
all
looks
called
great.
skins. You get Sonic, Pirate Sonic, and then you get they call it grind shoes Sonic, but it's soap shoes.
Awesome. I'm glad that we're
Um,
getting a resurgence of like soapy shoe Sonic.
Yeah, and then the big thing that was going on that weekend was the Fearless Year of Shadow event, where there was a very specific sticker they gave you, and if you used that a certain number of times, you'd get like ring bonuses. They would just give players rings. Um, and one of the other things is that this game has a free and premium battle pass that it only went up to level 30 for this weekend, but it was possible to get everything without having to pay anything because I don't think they would want to charge you for a closed beta. But you could get different skins, but you can get emotes, trails. So like if you run and you can see like a certain like graphic behind you, like you can get lightning, you can get a rainbow one, music notes, stuff like that. You can also get different chows, like you can get the hero, dark, and then there's like chaos variants of those. You also get one that's still in the egg mostly.
I noticed that there's the custom avatar characters from Sonic Forces in there. Are those customizable, or do you just kind of get like
No,
preset
they are
ones?
not. They are preset ones.
Right,
So
son,
you get a
son,
few hedgehog.
Izuka, my son, come back here, come back.
Oh, bye,
Yes.
Frank.
I'm pulling his ear. Just imagine I'm pulling Izuka's ear. Son, what's this all about? What's this I hear about them not being customizable?
We feel that it would be a little overwhelming for players who want to customize their own character.
No, son.
But we also
no.
know that the appeal for Sonic Forces is the customizable character, so we had to have a bit of a compromise with it.
Always compromising, son. Oh, son. Oh, son. You can bring Frank back now.
All right.
All right, so how is it for speed? Would you say it's just kind of like a Fall Guys clone, or would you say there's kind of like Sonic-y elements to the gameplay, like a bit of speed and stuff? You mentioned there's a homing attack. Do you have boost? Do you have momentum? What do you got? What do you got for us?
You have the boost. You do not have momentum. Well, actually, no. You do have momentum, but it's very specific on where it actually gets utilized. Say if you're on a moving platform and you jump in the direction that platform is moving, you do get a bit of a boost with that jump. Like you go a little bit further. And
Yes.
also, if it goes the opposite direction, your jump gets completely cut out. Or at least it looks like it. You don't have any spin dash. You don't have any rolling down a hill. You do
No
slide
spin
down
dash.
slopes.
No
No spin
sliding
dash.
and no right. Son,
No,
son.
you do.
Where's my
you do get
son?
sliding.
Where is my son?
I thought this was your son.
No, I'm talking about Izuka, my
Frank
son.
didn't come back.
My son, Takeshi Izuka. That's Frank.
Yeah, but
Where is my son?
No, Frank never left. Frank went away.
Son. Right. Get over here. What's this I hear about? No rolling, but there's sliding. Son. Son.
Seems like he left. He left, I think.
I need a moment.
Have you learned nothing from Lagoon City Act 1 of Sonic Superstars, son? Let me tell you something, son. People do not talk about this enough, son, alright? So Lagoon City is clearly trying to be the new Hydro City, right? And you know what's amazing about Hydro City is you got those slides, those big fucking blue water slides, and you can roll down them. But in Superstars, you can't do that. He just goes to a slide. It's not as fun, son. Son, it's not as fun. So, what part of you, what possessed you, son? What possessed you to make it so he can't roll, but you can slide?
Well, the sliding comes from, once again, games like Sonic Forces, where if you went through the level Aqua Road...
Son.
Don't
fucking insult me. Don't fucking insult me. Do not fucking insult me, son. Alright, so. Give me a real reason why sliding is the thing instead of rolling.
We feel that rolling would allow players to move far too fast and
Dude, I'm so tired
jump
of this
over.
bit. I'm so tired of this.
What fucking game is this, son? Are you making a Mario
It's been
game?
like a 6-day long stream.
Are you making a Mario game or something? What do you mean?
We would never. We feel that it is that it would allow players to jump over full areas that we have designed for them.
That's good.
And would make it unfair for players who have not figured out the precise timing for those jumps after
So you're
they
forcing
roll.
me to do something I haven't agreed to do. Like an employer.
I don't know what you mean by that, but
Get Frank back in here.
We
I'm done with you, son. Get Frank back in here.
Hello.
Hey, so yeah, would you say the gameplay was fun at least?
Yes, I would say the gameplay is fun. I don't
Drop
think it's
right
fun
back
enough.
in. Let's forget about that shit. How was it? How was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I don't think it's fun where I would come back to it every single day, but I'd come back to it once in a while just to check on what's going on. Maybe if they rotate games in and out, because that is something that that is something that I do fear that is going to happen pretty soon, or pretty early on in the game's release, is that people would probably get tired of the same modes over and over again.
That's what happened for me with Superstars' battle mode.
I have never played that.
There's like 4 modes.
Yeah, I never played it.
Well, guys, you know, it gives me an idea. Look.
No.
No, listen.
No.
Listen. What if we did a stream where we all play the Superstars battle mode?
No.
And we fight each other. Come, that's not a bad idea.
Trey?
You can admit that's not
I don't want
Trey.
to.
Trey.
Why are you
Trey.
lining me up for so many Superstars things? We already have that thing with Red Hot Sonic. I don't want to do
look
this
here.
too.
Look, listen, alright? What if...
Appearing offline.
No, seriously. Listen. It's not a bad idea.
It is. If I don't like the game, then it's a bad idea.
No, how's it? It's not a bad... You haven't even played the battle mode, baby. You haven't even played it.
I don't want to play
I've actually
the game.
never played it.
You did play the battle mode. You will love it. You will change the game for you.
I think you're wrong. I don't think you're
No,
right.
just
open to
give it a
playing the battle
chance.
mode.
No, look. Dylan, as a member of Sunset City, we all need to be proactively looking for ways we can entertain the masses and potentially get finances out of them. So, I think
look out for the Sunset City. We all play Sonic Superstars.
It's an excellent idea that we play Sonic games on this channel. And when we have one that has a battle mode which has online multiplayer, to play it on this channel just seems like a no-brainer to me. Does it not seem like a no-brainer? Dylan, son, does it not seem like a good idea to you?
You're not my father.
You wanted to play Among Us a few days ago.
And it was fun. It was really fun.
But Sonic Superstars? Multiplayer
It's
mode?
completely different.
Multiplayer.
I wanted to play a
together.
fun, friendly game with
battle
my friends where
mode.
we kill each other.
A battle
Kevin,
mode where we
I don't
kill
think-
each other. We compete.
Kevin, I don't think I want to play Superstars Battle Mode anymore. He says it fills a room with boys. I don't want that.
Oh, that's gay.
Oh, bots.
What are you
Sorry.
talking about?
No, okay, so
Bots.
yeah, it would fill the game. But if we had us there, the 3 of us, or 4, if Trey's here, Trey,
Trey.
I think
Trey.
that would be good
Trey?
content. Us.
Trey?
us getting the most out. And besides, Dilma,
Okay,
besides,
fine, all right.
but no, I'm not done explaining to you why this is a good idea. So, we'd all be together,
I'm gonna
and
change
that's
my
what
mind.
we'd all be here together, and that's what would make it fun. Think about it. Think about
That's
it, son.
not helping.
How is that not? He doesn't like spending time with me. I knew it.
Look, if the mode itself isn't that great, but playing with fun with friends would make it a lot more fun. I mean, hell,
Fine.
Dylan and I
Is
have
it
played
only us? Is it 4
Sonic
people?
Shuffle before.
Yeah, I mean, four
yeah,
people can do it. But another thing I just wanted to point out is, Dylan, remember the adjustments I made to Sonic Superstars for if we were to do it with hot red? If we were to play the game with red.
Spicy.
The adjustments? I thought we were just doing a flat-out race, only Sonic.
Yeah, flat out race, but I made adjustments. I said we could just get to the final boss and not fight the final boss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't have to fight.
Well, I want to make a further adjustment. I want to say we get to the end of Golden Capital Act 2 before the boss.
You don't even want to like get to the final boss. You just
That
wanna
fucking Fang boss
stop
fight's
there.
horrible, dude. I don't want to fucking do that.
That's where he thinks he's gonna lose there. That's where he loses.
I hate the fucking Fang boss. No, I mean, I
know.
suppose... Okay, you know, another idea. We do it, but we do it on time attack mode. So there's no bosses. No bosses, we just play the levels.
Okay, you're making it a little bit better.
The problem with that is we can't
I
play
can
with
agree to those
skins.
terms.
I do want to play with skins, but we can't play with skins. And you can't use emerald powers either.
No, I'm gonna use Emerald
Well, I
Powers.
mean, if they gave us all the comic skins, I would use it.
Yeah, I got those on Switch. But, yeah. Okay, right. Look, we'll figure out the terms for this Sonic Superstar. What if we make a deal? Okay, new deal. New revised deal, okay. We play
Okay.
Sonic Superstars, but as soon as we get to the Fang boss fight, we can quit out to the menu and just select Cyberstation.
So then we keep going and we don't play the final boss?
We keep going. So we skip the Fang boss fight and the final boss.
But if we play it on time attack, does it skip the boss fight anyway?
It skips the boss fights, but then you can't play with the skins or use the emerald abilities.
Oh.
And
Okay,
I want
yeah,
my
sure.
skins.
Fine. Yeah, fine. We can skip those 2 very specific things.
Because we could just agree that they suck, right? They just suck.
Yeah, no, I don't want to play the final boss again. Fuck that.
However, if people donate £500 to the stream, then we do the bosses.
Each.
What?
£500 each.
£500 for
yeah,
each of us, and then we'll do
For
the
each
bosses.
of us.
I was gonna say, yeah, each and every boss. Yeah, right.
Do-
That's exactly
donate-
what you meant.
Donate $1 million billion, and I might do Trip Story as well. But I'm not gonna worry about beating Fang Mark II because
He's gonna do the trip story without defeating a badnik.
Dude, £1 million billion and you wouldn't do the trip final boss?
Yeah, no,
Pounds
fuck
of what?
that.
I don't know.
it's hard.
Dude, I would keep
Yes.
going. I would fight till
It
the
could
bitter
be-
end.
It could be anything: steel, feathers, whatever.
Yeah, but you'd get your Johnson out on camera for £1 million billion.
Pounds of
How
what?
much is that in, like, US money? How much money
more,
is that in US money?
way more. Okay, let's see. 1 million billion
Well, I mean-
GBP to dollar. That would no. Yeah, no, it does not compute. But
Pounds of what?
it-
I like Mr. Terry Chaos. Pounds of what?
pounds of money.
Pounds LBS of dollar bills.
Idiot.
Pounding money.
Oh,
No,
Frank.
but okay, all right. Okay, Frank, do you want to join us for that?
For what?
I do not have.
Oh, for the Sonic Superstars thing.
Yeah, the
What were
Sonic
you
Superstar race.
thinking? Yeah, I'd like to join you guys for pounding money. I don't have enough practice with that game.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
okay. So if you don't
I
do
haven't
it, you're gonna get
practiced
into
this
trouble.
game, Frank.
I'm gonna get Big Bentley on you.
So here's what I'll do. I will stream Sonic Superstars at some point,
I'll get Big Bentley to
sometime
fight you.
soon,
He will fight you.
and
Who
try
is
to
Big
practice.
Bentley?
Are you sure? Why do you need to practice? You don't need to practice. Why would you want to practice for?
Because I have only ever
I'm
beaten
not
the
gonna
game
practice.
once.
Yeah, but like, surely you want to just keep it to twice then. In that case, the thing is, if you
I mean-
practice it, you'll decide you don't want to do it.
That is true.
I am doing a
That's the killer.
self-imposed challenge through that game.
In fairness,
you're
though, Dylan, again, get rid of the Fang boss fight and get rid of the fucking egg station robot or whatever it's called. It's a little
That's fine.
It's a fine experience.
It's a little better. I don't like the rest of the bosses very much, but I can.
I don't like the rest of them, but like they're not gonna eat like so much of my time, you know.
Yeah.
I got things to do, you know. I love how like a good chunk of this is just us trying to make arrangements.
So Sonic Rumble.
Yeah, that's a game we could play on here as well. Like that's something I'm thinking is like once
that comes out, I'm down to do that.
I'm hoping it won't be mobile exclusive and that it will be playable on like my computer, so then I can like stream it and shit. You know how it is.
It would be great for them to finally add the group mode, or like going in as a group, because that was something that was the option did show up there. It's just you couldn't select it, so you couldn't join like a group. You kind of had to do the thing that you did with like another game like Super Mario Brothers 35, where you just enter at the same time and hope that you get into the same lobby.
That probably means they're working on it though. If it was there and it wasn't.
Yeah, because like for the most part, it was successful. I think I only ended up in a different lobby one time. But
Wait, you were queuing with like, I feel like you queued with a lot of people we knew anyway. Like it was very easy to like line up the like 3, 2, 1 join, and then you just queued together anyway. It's kind of good.
Yeah.
But I assume when there's more players, it'll be harder.
It will. So stream sniping won't be as easy when the game's more available to other players.
Stream snipe in Sonic Rumble.
Rank.
I've had I did that to Sam.
Rank. I now wish for you to lead the conversation.
Oh wait. There's something funny. One of my friends in my Discord posted. Yes, Pup. One of my friends. One of my friends posted.
Hang on. Hold the fuck up.
Yes, you
heard
what do you mean
one of your friends?
One of my friends, my friend
Monica.
What do you mean? She posted a screenshot in my Discord of I think it was her beating Sam during his stream.
Wait, sorry. What do you mean though?
What do I mean though? My friend, my pal.
What do you mean? What do you fucking mean by that, huh?
I mean it. I mean what I said.
I was not getting beaten up. I was not beating up Sam. I didn't do that.
Yeah, you weren't. You were not doing that.
But I'm your friend. Don't do that to me. That hurts. Ah. Oh, God. I'm coming.
Oh, God, no. Okay, so I'm gonna get back into the Sonic Rumble talk.
If you could just lead the conversation from here, that would be amazing.
Lead us away from that. Lead us away from that travesty.
Yeah, I did cover like the round one, which was basically race to the end. You'll have some kind of gimmick that's exclusive to that zone, or it's just Green Hill Zone where you don't get much. Seaside Hill has like the doors from Fall Guys that you have to like try to break one of them, and like only one of them is breakable, but the other two aren't, and you have like a couple of those in 2 different sections. The other for round 2, it's either survive from not getting knocked off a platform by the Death Egg robot who charges at you or other players because they start dropping items. One of them is an item that would allow you to hit someone with a homing attack, and it would take rings away from them. You can also have a shield to protect yourself from that. The other elimination mode, free-for-all elimination, is in Silent Forest, and you just have to collect rings by opening up these flowers. Again, using
I'm sorry, you do what?
You have to hit these flowers. It'll open them up, and then
you deflower them.
My mind went straight to
Shut up, man.
I knew exactly what you were going to say. Fine, go ahead. Talk about Sonic Rumble then.
No, I want to hear what Frank has to say about Sonic Rumble.
It looked pretty good.
Dylan, you fucking ruined it, bro.
It looked fun. It looked like a good, fun game.
First I find out that you're a fucking dirty cheater, and now you fucking ruin my chances with Frank.
What are you talking about? No, okay, Frank, you can come back. I bring you back.
So, in Silent Forest, the big thing there are 2 things you have to avoid. One of them being a like bombs that will show up randomly. and you could accidentally homing attack those. Those would take away rings from you. There's also spotlights that you have to avoid, whether it's from the owl in the middle or just random spotlights that are going on the outside area. If you're caught, you get taken away by a grabber, and then you have to go to like the starting area, and you lose rings that way as well. With that one, the eight players with the most rings will advance to the final round. So the trying to there is another team based mode that is in the game. I didn't play this as much, but whenever I did, I was frustrated with it. I didn't like any of the team based ones. And you play on Frozen Factory. You're on this this circle arena, whatever, that has like that's surrounded by water, and then there's like a small pool of water on the inside, and you have to avoid being frozen by these ice beams that come out, or these vents that will shoot out ice and they'll freeze whatever's around it. You can homing attack the enemies, and they'll just launch off the stage. But you can also save your teammates by homing attack their ice, and it will just break them out immediately. And the lasers eventually just start filling up the entire arena. That was the one where I noticed that there were some performance issues with the game. The frame rate kind of dropped every now and then, or it would drop to a point where I couldn't anticipate where I had to be. So I'd just be frozen by that. So if you run on a lower end device, you might have trouble with that one.
But it's not like that fucking first trailer, right? Where it was just like 4 frames per second.
It will turn into that for a moment.
Oh no!
If you have a more powerful device, you might not run into that at all.
It's just like that bit from Family Guy. We're like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh yeah.
Yeah, it is just like that bit from Family Guy.
Shut the fuck up, Dylan. You have other friends. I don't want to hear it.
And then in the final round, the final round is basically try to get as many rings as you can. Whoever has the absolute most, which has been the big thing with this game, like collecting rings. But this is the one that really round two, if you're not playing anything that's in a team-based setting, like if you're not playing like a team mini game, so like any of the free-for-all stuff, that's where it matters. And the final round is like that's how you decide the winner, whoever has the most. Some of them will start with like point A to B, but then like when you get to point B, it's like an arena, and that's when you can start hitting each other with items and try to collect as many rings as possible. There's another one which that one was actually Lava Mountain. There's another one where there's like an Aquas that you have to hit, which is the seahorse enemy from Lava Reef, but you're in Frozen Factory. You can hit other players when the items pop up that will allow you to do so, or you can just hit the enemy itself and try to get as many as possible. That enemy does have an attack of its own, which will knock rings out of view. Then there is Starlight Carnival, which is just you just go around an obstacle course through multiple rounds. It does get a bit more difficult towards the end, but that one's more about collecting rings before other players do, and you have multiple checkpoints that'll give you rings, but they also have them like laying at those checkpoints, so you can kind of screw people over by grabbing those and then just going, and it'll keep them from collecting any.
Hell yeah.
And then there was one more that was in Chemical Plant, which is just an arena similar to Lava Mountain, where you collect rings, but you can also use items on each other. That one's more like you're going to be running into people, or they're going to be hitting you constantly, or whatever. I do find that it is harder to recover if somebody hits you, because chances are they'll try to hit you and be near another power-up to hit you again.
Jesus.
And then whoever has the most rings wins, and that ring count can go towards the in-game shop, where you can buy different skins and all of the other cosmetics that you can get from it, with the exception of anything that would require red star rings, because the game has challenges that you could do. You go through some of the stages that you would normally go through in like round 1 and 2. With this one, you have either a time requirement, either get from beginning to end within a period of time, or survive for a period of time. And then there's a hard mode version for each one. And the hard mode versions are actually really challenging. I think it's really cool. But I also think it's going to be a way that people will learn these stages to the point where going up against them would be impossible.
Okay. I mean, I must admit, from everything you've described and everything I've seen, it looks really fun. Like, I'm looking forward to it, and I've been hoping that Sonic would get a game like this, for sure, you know? Like...
I've always said a game like this should have released years ago.
Yeah, probably should have. I mean, even then, like, the aversion to online multiplayer with Sonic has been ridiculous. Like, so it's good to have something. I am just really hoping they'll release it to consoles. I know right now all the ads are saying mobile, but, like... The thing is, you can play, like, Fall Guys on consoles. Like, this looks like it'll be a fun Switch game, you know? Like...
Yeah, they can make it happen, you know.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
Have a version that can connect to the mobile titles. It doesn't seem like you need any more than just what they give you, and it does have controller support for all controller types.
I wonder if it will be playable on Apple TV.
That I don't know. I don't have an Apple TV, so I can't verify that. I doubt it because it is just on the App Store. It is not an Apple Arcade title.
True. I mean, you can get some apps on the Apple TV, so maybe.
Well, hey, if you guys don't know, we could always ask Trey.
Yeah, true.
The reason why it probably will not work...
Trey.
I think the reason it will not work is because while you can play the game with a controller, the menus all work through touchscreen.
I see.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why it wouldn't work, though that's a small change you can make. That's not the most difficult thing in the world.
I see.
And the music is wonderful. They need to release the soundtrack when the game releases.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like, the music is like all jazz, or kind of like big band sort of festival jazz kind of inspired, and that like they've got some remixes in there. I heard the Forces version of Chemical Plant as like a jazz saxophone cover.
Yep, yeah, it's a really good remix.
Better.
Do we know
so much better than the original?
Do we know who did the soundtrack this time?
That I do not know.
Because that was the thing I found strange with, like, Sonic mobile soundtracks, is, like, you'll get a game like Sonic Runners, where the soundtrack is at the time it came out, Otani's best work. And then you'll get a game like Sonic Dream Team, where it sounds like standard fare mobile game kind of music. And then we've got this, where the music's really good. It's kind of like, I wish Dream Team had a better soundtrack. Absolutely no offense to the dude that did Dream Team's soundtrack, but it did sound kind of like it just kind of sounded like a substitute, if you get me.
Right. I think the closer we get to release, the more we'll find out about the music of it and find out who's responsible for some of these absolute bangers.
Yeah.
My personal favorite was like Frozen Factory, and it's like, oh wow, because like Lost World to me was like the most mediocre game, but it had some okay music. But then when I heard this one, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, the saxophone they added to it is just perfect.
I've been kind of, like, I like saxophone in Sonic music, and I don't know why we don't hear more of it. Because, like, when I think, like, Sonic level tracks, one of the first things that springs to mind is the ice cap snowboarding from Sonic Adventure. Whereas, like, you got June on the guitar, but you've also got, like, a saxophone in there, and it's like...
Oh, hell yeah.
Guitar and saxophone fusion for Sonic just fits like a glove. Like... And so I want to hear more of that in the future. But to see saxophone in the mix makes me happy. I thought Lost World had a great soundtrack, but it was lacking in tracks that scream Sonic. I don't need the entire thing to sound Sonic-y, but on a whole, it sounded much more kind of Mario-y, I guess. And it's like, I don't...
Yeah,
I think, you know...
the one that would
really sounded Mario-y. I found it sounded like... It just had like a good vibe to it, but it was like not a very familiar vibe.
I guess, I think, like... Sorry, go on.
The only one that would come close to it would be, like, the final boss theme. Like, that was the one that's, like, the closest to a Sonic theme for me.
I think, like... Or Honeycomb Highway.
Frozen Factory feels pretty Mario-y, now that I think about it. That is
but,
Highway's another one.
It was at a time when I feel like they were trying to make, like, violin and piano, like, main instruments for that game. And I think when it comes to, like, Sonic music, I think melodically Lost World is absolutely there. And there's nothing inherently wrong with Lost World's soundtrack. Like a lot of things with Lost World, it's just stuff that doesn't scream Sonic to me. I think when I think Sonic music, I think either kind of 90s New Jack, sort of like the T-Lopes, the Sonic CD sort of sound. Chiptune, which I think, you know, it's the kind of thing that should generally be used in specific circumstances. And then rock music, basically. And I kind of remember, when I was hearing, like, a lot of Frontiers music before the game's release, I was like, I feel like we're missing rock music from this. And then, obviously, the boss themes dropped, and I was pleased as punch. I think Lost World just need, like, a couple of rock tracks in there, or maybe something a bit more New Jack in there, just to still have that kind of Sonic identity. But, like, listen to the main theme of the game, Wonder World. It doesn't sound like a Sonic theme.
No, it does not.
No, not really. Didn't we get confirmation that it was like a rejected song for a sitcom or something? Or did I make that up?
I
Did I read some
no
joke
idea.
article?
I have that doesn't sound right.
It does sound like something you made up, but it's also something I would agree with.
It's something,
like
it sounds
that would come out of a sitcom.
Like, I know I
or,
read that.
America's
I
Funniest
just don't
Home
know if it's
Videos
true.
Or something.
I know that there was
true?
Back in the day, there was like a Spyro track from like the Spyro 1 soundtrack that was used on some Nickelodeon sitcom as the end credits theme.
Yeah, well, it was a Copeland track, so
yeah, but it was used in Spyro.
Yeah.
But with Wonderworld, I wouldn't believe for a second that was the case, because I do believe it is composed by Otani, and Otani is kind of the Sonic guy. But yeah, that game didn't even have a vocal track, which was so weird. Like there's nothing very Sonic-y about that game's identity. And
that's the thing that stands out about that soundtrack, but not for a good reason. It's like the most bizarre thing possible.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is, like, generations before, it moved things in that direction a little bit, because while it did have Escape from the City, it didn't have, like, a designated vocal theme. Nor did it have, like, a theme that would get adapted into the final boss, which was also quite uncharacteristic. So you've got that weird trilogy of Generations, Lost World, and Forces, where the final boss track has nothing to do with the main theme. Which is why I was also really happy that, like, Frontiers brought back the whole, play the main theme for the final boss. It feels so very Sonic,
Yeah, that is something I will give credit to the game for, to the developers for doing.
I think a lot of people could kind of agree that, like Frontiers or not, the music definitely brought things kind of back to where they need to be, I guess.
Holy hell. Dude, when I first heard, when the Titan fight started for the first time, I was like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
Same,
like,
but I'm gonna...
I was in shock.
I will
like,
be...
This is real?
I will be honest, like, I do put Frontiers as a contender for one of the best Sonic soundtracks of all time, but that is because of the Titan themes. Those themes carry that soundtrack for me. If you didn't have, like, Undefeatable, Breakthrough It All, Find Your Flame, and I'm Here, the soundtrack would still be good, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't be a contender for favorite.
It depends. I gotta listen to a lot of those, like, cyberspace tracks again. Because, like, I did like a lot of the songs.
They're good,
like,
too,
that
but,
game
like...
has me pretty settled for soundtracks.
I think my preference when it comes to Sonic, and I do acknowledge that this is personal preferences, I think rock is very much embedded in the DNA of modern Sonic. Frank, what was it that did you mention, like, One OK Rock for a second there?
Oh, but because there was somebody that Mr. Terry Chaos was talking about, like, Frontiers OST is responsible for me being a fan of One OK Rock, and was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because they kind of just walled that off behind me. Yeah. But like, yeah, I really do like Vandalize a lot too.
I also don't like the song Vandalize.
Oh, really?
You don't like it?
Yeah, but then again, I never really, I don't really like One OK Rock, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, just not a fan.
Are you racist?
No.
I don't know. I just brought that into it. No, but yeah. Frontiers for me, yeah, it is carried by the rock tracks. I do like the cyberspace tracks, and I do like the atmospheric tracks for the island, but it's those Titan themes where it, like, really sinks in that this is a Sonic soundtrack, even down to the fact that, like, I think they're some of the hardest of all of, like, the Sonic rock tracks, like. But I suppose if you were asking me what was, like, my favorite Sonic soundtrack of all time, while I do think the highs in Frontiers are as high as it gets for soundtracks, my favorite overall soundtrack's still got to be Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, you can't really beat that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good soundtrack. I prefer the first one, but I also like the second one. Every now and then I'll listen to something from Adventure 2.
Burst soundtrack's amazing as well. Like, never let me downplay the brilliance of Sonic Adventure 1 in any category. Like, again, like, Be Cool, Be Wild, and Be Groovy is an absolutely quintessential Sonic track.
God, that is just so good to...
It's a good song, oh my god.
It's funny because, like, I know a glitch had to go through Ice Cap without doing the snowboarding section.
Why would you want that?
I know exactly. Well,
It's
if
the
you're
best
doing...
part of Ice Cap.
If you're trying to beat the zone in a specific time...
Sure.
Before you get into the snowboarding part, it's like time will stop, so you could have like a completion time of like 43 seconds technically, but not exactly that way. But I just can't. I have to listen to the music.
Well, Frank, have you ever played the Lego Sonic, like the Sonic Lego Dimensions pack?
I have not, and
So,
I have seen the price of those Lego Dimension
they're
figures,
a lot now.
whatever it is for it, and I'm just like, dear God, I'm never going to get to this ever.
I think you can get the little discs cheaper without the minifigs.
If that's the case, yes, I will try it.
I mean, or I could just get my minifigs, and I don't know, we all do like a little visit someday. But
people might make those like little NFC chip things, like they do for Animal Crossing. That's a good idea.
The thing I wanted to say,
they make like the cards for it.
The thing I wanted to say is that it comes with like the level pack, and it comes with an open world thing. So they beat Sonic Frontiers to that. But the open world is comprised of different levels throughout the past, but it's all one open world. You've got like Lava Reef, you've got Green Hill, you've got Chemical Plant, all sorts.
That sounds awesome.
And on the opposite side of the mountain, there's Ice Cap, and there's a snowboarding bit. And as soon as you start the snowboarding, Be Cool, Be Wild, and Be Groovy starts playing. I was like, oh my god, they even went as far to include this. That is wonderful.
Oh, that's neat.
It's brilliant.
Now I
want to
play
this now.
This sounds
it's a wonderful pack.
Supportive game.
The little level pack mini game thing you get, it is good, but you are ultimately playing Sonic in a Lego game, so there's a lot of puzzles, there's a lot of kind of stopping to do puzzle bits and stuff, and Sonic's controls are not brilliant with that. They don't work too well with that, but when you're in the open world, which is fully designed for Sonic and everything like that, then it feels wonderful. Like, the open world it's not as big as any of the Starfall Islands by any stretch, but like, you've got Carnival Night in there as well, so like, you're in the central bit, and that's Green Hill. You just run a few feet down the road, and then there's...
Wait, so this is like what we want from a Sonic game, is what
let me look up Sonic Lego...
Well,
even then, like, there's characters dotted around the maps with missions for you as well. One of them being...
Buy food?
No, you can't buy food. But one of them is Shadow, and Shadow is written wonderfully in this. Shadow...
I remember we talked about this. He's running a flower thing, right, for Maria?
Yeah, he wants to honor Maria by... making the best flower arrangement he can. He's like, it all starts with this, a garden containing the ultimate flowers. But
that's so adorable.
I've put in Backrooms. This is what the open world looks like.
Wow. Okay. So it's a bit condensed, but like I feel like they
but you can go inside. You can go inside the mountain, and you can go inside that temple there, and that takes you to Sandopolis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that a pyramid?
This is cool. I mean, I would like to try this. Just to see how
the
it
left,
plays and stuff.
To the left, there's a whole ass Chemical Plant bit as well.
There's Chemical Plant. There's
I can see that over there.
What appears to be that looks like a roller coaster. That could be anything.
That's Carnival Night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, that could be anything at this point.
Yeah, no, Lego did a wonderful job with this.
It's a casino that's in a forest, or... I'm just kidding. This is awesome. I would love to play this.
This is incredible looking.
Yeah, the mini game as well is just great. Like, you've got... Like, they have a little boss fight where you fight against every different version of Metal Sonic. So, like, game apologist who loves that kind of thing, he would be very pleased with that. Like, you've got Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic Mark 1, and Mecha Sonic Mark 2, and they all just come at you. You've got Marble Zone and Metropolis in there. There's a final boss against like a fire form of chaos, and yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, that sounds neat. I would like to try it. Again, I just don't want to pay a ton of money for it.
The writers clearly love Sonic as well. Like, it's packed with little references and stuff. There's a bit where, like, one of the suggested names for Dr. Robotnik back in the 90s, before the game was even a thing, was Fatty Lobotnik. and Sonic refers to him as Fatty Lobotnik at one point in this game.
Sonic Low Blow.
Oh,
And
okay, I did find Lego Dimensions thing on Etsy. Oh, I think
yeah,
you
you
buy
can
them
probably just get
all
the
in
NFC.
one pack. No, that's $361 for a pack of every
Jesus
of the
fucking Christ.
NFC chips.
Right, you know what? You guys
That's
need to
not
come
worth
to
it at
my.
all.
You guys need to come to my apartment. I'll let you guys play it.
Okay.
I found the
Very
Sonic
cool.
pack for $109.
Maybe there's a way of like getting it on PC or something.
You could probably
Is it
play
on
it on the
PC?
Wii U emulator and then emulate the.
Somehow you'd
Thing,
have to,
maybe? Hold
because
on.
like the thing is, you need like the little gamepad thing as well, and you need to like move characters around to different parts of the pad. So I don't know how you'd necessarily do that. It's not like
Oh,
a
well, it's already
Wii
saying,
gamepad.
like, oh, get it for the Wii U, get access to Wii U. I might as well just play it off my Wii U.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Wii U. I might as well just use that. It's probably.
Also,
I mean-
Mr. Terry Chaos, yes, the game is by
Yes.
Traveler's Tales, so this would make it the third in the Traveler's Tales Sonic trilogy. You've got fucking
Alright.
Sonic 3D Blast, Super Sonic Racing, Sonic R rather,
Tags for the starter
and
pack.
you've got Lego Sonic.
What does
But,
the starter pack give?
So I do have to get going in a sec, so shall we go through the super chats? Are we quite happy to
Yeah.
start wrapping up?
Yeah, no, I'm no problem. Now that I've been put on the tail of Sonic Dimensions or whatever the heck it's called, Sonic Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I've been asked to play this game so many, like, ever since I started my channel, which at the time was Knuckles Channel 3 Knuckles. So all the way since back then, I've had requests to play that, and it's like, oh, I'll look into it. I'll look into it, and then finding out how much it was, like, oh God, how am I gonna get this? But I
Well.
actually would try to get it, or try to find a way to play those levels. I would love to, because it just looks amazing. It looks like everything that it just seems like a great love letter to the Sonic franchise.
If you want to see my review of it, I've just posted.
Oh no,
in
I
the
want to
background.
play it. I
No,
will
you
not watch
wanna-
the video until I play it.
You
I
want to
will watch
see the
I
video.
will play it. I will do what I can.
You will see the video. Right. Super chat. Oh, I got to copy paste these, haven't I? Oopsie doopsie poopsie. All right, talk amongst yourselves while I copy paste.
Okay, Frank, I'm just looking up information about this Lego game, and apparently you can use the portal with PC. And
Do you own the
emulate
Portal?
the game. No, no, I'm saying you can play it on PC if you.
But-
Oh, the portal's like
Want to.
it's only $20. I'm guessing it connects through USB, because I would assume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
says
USB.
USB.
Oh,
you need
then,
to
yeah, that
you
would
need
be
to install
easy.
some drivers, I guess.
I'm
for it
still
work
gonna
on
say you
PC.
guys can come to my apartment to play it. You guys can come
Yeah, we
hang
can
out.
still do that. Yeah.
I could
It'd be a
get
very
nachos for
expensive.
you.
It'd be an expensive trip, but I'd be. You know,
I
wouldn't
could show
say
you the
no to
local
it.
wildlife. I could show you where the horses are and the ducks.
The local wildlife.
I'm just trying to invite guys to my house. I'm just trying to invite these fuckers to my house and like, I don't know about that. I don't know
Well,
if
no,
I
no,
want to
no,
go
well,
through.
here's
It's
the
a
thing, like,
big
it's-
flight and
It's
big money.
an expensive trip, but
Just
it's
swim.
not one that I would say no to.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying no. I'm just being like.
You
hey,
won't
I'm
have to
gonna
get
make
a
money.
hotel. I can give you guys guest bed.
Thanks.
All right. Are you
All right,
guys
cool.
ready
Well, we got
for
that
super
settled.
chats?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm ready.
Dylan, you know what to do.
Wait. Hold
super
on.
chat mailbag.
Yep, now I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Go.
Are you gonna burger?
Nah.
Okay.
Burger.
All right, C-Man. With the $2.
Just kidding,
Two
burger.
Australian dollary dues and 99 cents. Dollary cents.
Burger.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Thank you, C-Man. Hello.
General Seaman. Burger. Josiah Rosa with the $1 Who thinks a Sonic manga would slap? Also, pups sing. Okay, so the Sonic manga does slap, and I won't be singing today. Thank you.
I would read a Sonic manga. Like I'm
actually would
always
too.
down for reading.
Then read the manga. Then I've given you the link. Read
I know.
it. Read it
I
immediately.
will. Okay.
I wish they'd like sell
Jeez.
more books with like bionic reading. Have you ever heard of bionic reading?
No, what is that?
No.
It's great for people
That
like
might save
me.
my life. What is it?
It's great for people like me with ADHD, but it's like where the first couple of letters of the words are like slightly emboldened, so that it draws your eye to the words quicker. It's like reading with magnets.
Oh, okay.
Let me find an example.
Heard of that.
I'll find an example. And you'll feel like you're reading like someone with superpowers. Hang on, let me.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Okay. So it's like I'll put it in Backrooms.
Yeah. I'll get my example just in case yours is different. Here's mine.
Cool. All right, we'll have both.
All right, Dylan, Frank, try just reading through this. Yeah. Here we go.
Like out loud?
It's you don't have to read it out loud. Just read it in your head. But like, it's kind of insane how quick you can read through this now. See what I mean?
Yeah, I actually am like speeding through this.
Yeah, it does go fast.
And
I
like,
really...
I'm not like glancing through it where I'm just like, it's not like I'm trying to skim through it. Like I'm getting like every single word.
Yeah, it's like it's like preloading shaders.
It's awesome.
Before you get to the rest of the word.
I really want
my way of finding out that I might have ADHD.
I really want them to release more books like that because I there's so much I want to read, but I'm such a slow internal reader.
I just do.
Okay,
I might need to start writing
my
video scripts like this. Maybe I'll do better with a voiceover.
Dude, that's gonna be so fucking annoying to write.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
yeah,
I
think
go
you
back
can.
and bold things.
There's probably a converter system, I'd imagine.
Oh, maybe there's a plugin somewhere as well. Like on Google Chrome or something, you can like do it.
Franco.
There is a converter.
Yeah, right, next. Ooh.
Well, anyway, damn it, Webster.
Linda.
Look in the back rooms. I fucking hate that.
That's
dyslexia.
That's cool.
That's me. That's me, Dylan. You can't spell Dylan without dyslexia.
So you have dyslexia, you read all the time.
I don't read all the time.
You just said you read all the time.
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's funny because like one of them shifts to saying dilly sexa.
Frank! Frank!
So
okay.
You have dyslexia, a super chat to read.
Play.
Josiah Roverosa with the $1.99 super chat. You're gonna share that milk maker, pup?
Don't call it that. Make it sound like a boob.
What is that? What does that mean?
It's
what
a beautiful bovine.
Milk maker.
Oh, the cow.
Okay. Beautiful, yeah. Imagine I'm just picking up this little cow and just sipping on its udders.
I mean, you do that with a certain bat, I'd assume.
Don't you have to like be in a certain like bodily situation to produce milk from the mammaries? I don't think they just do that.
I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure you'd figure out a way to get to that point.
I ain't trying to do that, man. I don't have that kind of fetish.
What's the next super chat about? What's the next super chat about?
Burger.
You think like it could be about something?
You've been burgered.
It's you. Oh,
it's not me.
No,
it's
actually,
you.
it is you. It is you, Dylan.
It is me. Yep. Sonic fan 1661 with $2. We're not even 20 minutes in, and it's already horny.
Well, who fucking made it that way?
That's not much better.
I actually don't remember what happened. I've put this out of my mind.
We were talking about something, and Dylan was like, "Oh no, my values,
okay, no." Now I remember.
Not my values, not my fucking values.
Oh my stars and bells.
I can't do this. I've got my values.
Oh, good lord! And we just pass out.
My good old
lordy,
values,
my values,
on which I've always relied.
You want to fuck my wife? So David Crespo sends $2. The holy trinity of Sonic, Sly Cooper, and Star Fox. All of those are bad except for Sonic. I'm fucking around. I haven't played the other two.
Star Fox is... I haven't played enough of it, but it's pretty cool. But I'm very bad at those kind of games. And Sly Cooper, nothing. I've never really played it. Oh, okay. Fine. Twilord with 5. I'm assuming that's euros. I keep getting the two currencies mixed up.
Yes, that is euros.
It's not just me. See?
Shut up, Dylan. It's you more often than not.
I can co-host if one of you gets cancelled. I do nothing, know nothing, and am nobody. Therefore, I am a zero-risk applicant.
Oh, hey, man. You don't gotta be like that.
That also means that you have nothing to lose. That also means you have nothing to lose.
I hope you're free in that case.
Oh, fine. Whatever.
I'm just gonna replace you all with AI someday.
Hey, Dylan, we can start our podcast a little sooner then.
At Dawn is not going to fucking catch on.
We're gonna advertise it as AI free.
At Dawn will never catch on. Dylan, you're up.
You were just a non-believer of the At Dawn.
Dylan, fries.
Okay, fries. Twilight with €5. One day, a version of Silver comes back to ensure Shadow becomes a pop star. How does the reluctant Shadow react when he realizes he loves this life?
You just
Find out next time.
You just fucking revealed the next Paramount Plus show.
On
Except
Dragon
it's
Ball
not
Z.
Except it's not Silver.
Twilord, are you a Paramount Plus employee or a Paramount employee by any chance? Are you one of the writers?
But the thing is, I don't hate that though. It's got Silver in it. That's actually better.
But it's only going to be one episode because the CG budget is too high.
Oh, you're right. The rest of it is like other pop goings on in the industry, and occasionally Shadow pops his head in.
Gun agents are going to start their own group. It's mostly them.
Kid Cudi gets a song. They got a Mighty Boosh moment.
It's like, sorry for shooting that kid.
He does a musical number about how he feels bad about killing Maria Robotnik. Okay. All right. Borker. Sonic fan 1661 sends $2. I knew he was into pain, you kinky pup, and I'm not into pain. I was just trying to get Dylan to stop. Stop hitting me. I didn't want to be hit anymore. I got dry panties. Don't worry about it. Borker.
I mean, yeah, you can have dry pants when you take them off.
Linda.
Are you wearing pants to begin with?
Yes.
Okay.
Penis.
Sonic fan 1661 with $5 freedom dollars. Later, y'all. Was a fun stream. Have a good Friday. Must go do adult stuff. Thanks for the much needed distraction as well to the cast. Much love.
Adult stuff.
Hey. Hope you have a good one there. Hope you have a good time.
Kind of adult stuff are we talking about here?
There's a big difference between Dylan hitting on you and Dylan hitting you and Dylan hitting on you.
What?
Welcome to the cum zone.
I haven't done either of those things.
Dylan, you stupid bitch.
Pup, here's the thing. We're gonna have quite the meeting when Dylan starts yelling at us after the podcast.
Dude, the amount of fucking group meetings I was responsible for back when the old cast was a thing and I wasn't in charge.
You did a lot of the meetings?
No, I didn't do the meetings. I was the reason for all of the meetings.
Oh, the reason for it?
Yeah.
He's gonna tell us like you guys were acting out of line again.
I just kept telling
him if you do it again.
to make my buddy Wayne uncomfortable.
I yell at them after every stream, be like, "You said too many inappropriate things, like where you talked about porn right at the beginning."
Oh man, no, it's just there were a lot of funnies. You know how it is. But look at me now, started from the bottom. Now I'm here. You know.
You know what? We have kind of ignored Trey this entire time. Trey.
Oh, sorry, Trey. You okay, Trey? Trey.
Okay.
Trey.
All right. Okay.
Doing fine.
Then
Trey.
In that case, you are now up, Dylan.
Oh shit! It's me.
Yeah, it's you. Hi, you're the problem. It's you.
Sonic. It's Mr. Terry Chaos with £2.
There you go.
What other franchise should cross over with Sonic?
I think they should do a crossover between Sonic and have you ever played Tails Adventure on the Game Gear? You should do that.
Never
they
heard
could
of
call
it.
it Sonic Adventure, yeah.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds like
a water creature for the final boss.
That would never catch on.
I was thinking that. Wait. Let him cook.
You can have, like,
I'd like
3D environment.
I'd like to see a proper Mario and Sonic platformer crossover. I feel like that's like the final video game ever made, though. So in between that, I just listen. Give me a DLC for Sonic.
Boss of video games.
Sonic Dream Team, right? Give me a DLC, and I'll happily pay for it where I can play as Klonoa. Because no Dream Team is complete without Klonoa.
I'm gonna go with a weird one. The Legend of Zelda.
They've already done that though.
But as a full game.
No.
Like a big crossover, like a full crossover.
Nah, you know what they should? Yeah. They should do the Rabbids, and then just over time, Sonic gradually disappears, and the Rabbids become the new thing. That would be a fantastic situation. I definitely wouldn't be pissed off about that.
Dude, Rayman fans have it so rough. But hey,
dude,
there's a lot of good fan content out there, and also there's this amazing shit that's going on right now. This is a Rayman podcast now. Someone's taking all of like the leaked stuff from that version of Rayman Raving Rabbids before it turned into a minigame collection, and they're making a real Rayman game out of it. It's called Rayman Raving Rabbids Reburrowed. You can check it out on Twitter. It's going to be cool, maybe.
You know what the final blow to the Rayman series would be? If they remade the Rayman games, but they put the Rabbids in place of Rayman.
Oh, that would be horrid. Tell you what, give me a crossover between Sonic and the Minions. You know, Despicable Me. Give me that.
Like, you have Sonic the new Rayman DLC for the Mario Rabbids game, and Rayman is there. And he's friends with those new Rabbids now.
In actuality, though, like, Sonic and Rayman would go hard.
Yeah.
But you know what would go just as hard, if not maybe a little harder?
What?
Sonic and Spyro.
Oh, okay.
Now you're speaking my
Sonic and Spyro would be so sick.
That would be insane. I don't know how they would do that, but like I like that a lot.
Oh, it's simple. You just make a.
You have like Sonic and Spyro like team up. So if you need a launch off of something, you have Sonic carry Spyro. You just run, you jump, and then Spyro's just gliding you to where you need to go.
You just keep spin dashing repeatedly into Spyro NPCs until they die. But
that too.
I think the perfect way to do this crossover would be to have, like, rather than it be like the Spyro and Sonic gameplay styles, have more like a collection of mini games. Like, you could have Spyro and Sonic Beach Ball, and Spyro and Sonic Volleyball, and Spyro and Sonic Frisbee, and Cream Butt Flobber Catch, and Spyro and Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog and Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah, give me that.
All right.
This is okay. Listen,
Dead or Alive beach volleyball and Sonic.
Actually, no. Right, Sonic meets Detroit Become Human. Make it happen. Just remake. Okay, so you got the source code for Detroit Become Human, right? Have the game exactly as it is, but just put Sonic in there. He's about, and he occasionally comments on things. He's just a side character.
They're sure becoming human right now.
Yeah, but you could have, like, you know, like a really sad moment, like where, what's his face? The robot's painter dad gets killed, and Sonic just comes like,
this would be the game.
Whoa, the party's just getting started. Yeah, you know, like just have him.
Bummer,
you know, while you're at it, throw Parappa the Rapper in there too.
Okay, all right.
Make a Sonic Dynasty Warriors kind of game.
Listen, I wouldn't like that gameplay style because I just don't really like that, but I feel like that could be a very good idea for them.
Yeah, Sonic Speed would work for like a big area. You can attack lots of enemies. You have a bunch of moves that you can come up with.
Yeah, I think Frank's onto something there. I think that makes sense. Especially if they want to go more into combat with, like, you know, after Frontiers, sorry.
And then Forces.
People start with F.
The punches and kicks that don't connect.
Yeah.
Give me Batman Arkham Knight, but Sonic is in it.
Sonic.
He's just there. And Parappa the Rapper.
Great.
Who's Joker? Who's going to be Harley Quinn?
No, so the Joker is Joker. Joker's Joker. Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. Catwoman's Catwoman. But Sonic's there. He's just there. Okay. He's among them.
He's among.
Don't.
A wolf among us.
He's a wolf among us.
You know, canonically, Kratos has met Parappa the Rapper.
That is true.
I think about that every day.
That's awesome.
Thank you, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
They also met Sly Cooper.
But the thing is, they acknowledge it in God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, that's interesting.
They fucking don't. No, they don't.
No, there is a slight it's subtle, but there's a subtle reference to it.
He mentions that he met the rapper.
No, he doesn't mention that, but he does.
also
There is a
easy?
subtle. I can't remember what it is, but there is a subtle reference to PlayStation Brawler thing.
That's actually awesome. That's so cool.
Isn't that game coming to PC?
I got
PlayStation
no idea
Brawler?
what it is.
No. God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what's out right now? Multiverses is back out, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think it's been fun.
You know how it is.
Think I put Kratos in there.
All right.
Okay, so
And
final
on that note,
final super chat, Borker.
Josiah Roverosa with the $4.99 Freedom Dollars. I mean, like a Shonen Jump manga for Sonic, something like Naruto or One Piece.
No, I haven't read it.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, we kind of do
I'm
get
on
that already.
episode 633 of One Piece
Uh-oh.
currently.
Well, no, like how you would get like the different issues in Shonen Jump. Or
Yeah.
like the
No,
manga.
I'd read a thing. I'd read a
okay.
Sonic manga, I guess, if it was good.
I would
fun.
100% read a Sonic manga.
I
Free,
would not even
and
care.
they gave it to me
I don't
every day.
like. Honestly, I just want it to be something fun.
I've been
and
reading
maybe a little looser with these mandates.
Yes, definitely looser with the mandates. But I've been reading a great manga recently. It's called Ultimate Spider-Man. It's the most recent of the like Ultimate Spidey comics. But it's excellent, and I highly recommend it to everyone.
It's a different take on Spider-Man. Very different.
Well, it's for the new Marvel Ultimate Universe, but yet I'm just now being told that that's not a manga. Okay, alright, that's not a manga. Alright, fine. So, that concludes another excellent, gripping episode of Sunset City. Next time, who gets killed? Who is the killer of Dylan?
Trey.
Somebody protect Trey.
And you know what? I know
Trey.
we didn't make $100, but fuck it. I'm gonna take the fucking Trey's top off.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah.
Trey?
Get ready for the age gate.
It's okay.
Trey?
We're age restricted now.
It's okay.
Trey?
Don't worry about it. Let me just move this one little Sonic plush right here. There we go. And then where's Trey at? Here we go. Let's just take Trey's bikini off.
HR meeting.
And put it on you, Frank. Now you're wearing the Trey-kini. Okay, great. So that concludes another excellent episode. Gang. All right. Round table. Frank, what are you doing? What are you doing, brother?
Still working on the Mega Man video, and I don't know. I don't know what I'll do afterwards. But aside from that, I'm still streaming on my YouTube channel from time to time.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw him stream the other day.
Oh yeah, I played Ring Racers, and I was just not.
I wasn't there
it.
for that one.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. And Dylan, fuck you doing, pal?
I said I was gonna release a game, a video last week, but I didn't. And instead, I'm gonna be releasing a video tomorrow about Sonic Robo Blast 2 mods, because there's a lot of them that are good.
Are you gonna be taking a look at the Persona one?
These are character mods. I do want to actually look at the Persona one. The Persona one's crazy. It has been updated as well, so that's nice.
Sonic Robot Blast 2.
Robert. Oh.
Pop,
what are you up to?
Aha. I actually don't have much going on right now. I did want to do a video on my opinions on what we've seen of Sonic Rumble so far. That's something that I'll probably do at some point. Right now, up there is a video...
If you need footage, I got you.
Thank you. That would actually be so helpful. That would be a big deal. So yeah, if you could just get me that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
can see
big
that
deal.
I was
So-
considering doing the same thing, which I might do still, but I know we might have different opinions on it, so...
Yeah, it's
fine
not going to be the
share
same
gameplay.
video by any stretch. Besides, you've got the hands-on experience. And you will be credited, of course. You know how it is. But, yeah. Aside
Trey?
from that...
Trey,
Yeah, Trey.
stop interrupting. That's rude.
Sorry.
The nerve of some people.
Just waiting for Trey to actually show up on the call. It's like, hey guys.
Hey y'all.
Oh, hey, what
hey
did I
y'all,
miss?
Trey here.
Hey all, Trey here to explain.
Hey y'all, Trey here. So what's funny about this is that just fucking miss
We're
Trey.
here to explain how the
What's
episode
funny
is
about
over.
this is that I am actually not here right now.
See, the joke is that I didn't show up today, so they're pretending that I'm here, and the episode's over also.
Yeah. All right.
Is there anything else that you're up to, Pup?
Nah.
Okay,
Fuck it.
that's fine.
Oh, give them your resume, pup. Send them all your resume.
Oh yeah, I'll put my resume in there. Yeah, okay. Have you read my resume? Have you read it?
I did read it. I did.
What do you think? Is it good?
Yeah. I
Would you hire
you.
me?
Wait, for what job, though?
Let's say you had like a cool job available. Would you hire me for it?
A cool job?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I would hire you, brother.
Hell yeah. What about you, Frank?
I'm competitive, and you're more qualified than I am. So I'm gonna like try to sabotage you.
Piece of shit.
Ooh.
All right, who wants the last
Okay.
word today?
Trey.
Frank.
Trey.
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 Trey.